Don't say it now. Don't talk bad about anyone. That's what I meant to say. Like you just were. All the dirt you were just dishing. It's got to come to an end. And let me send this out, and then we are.
My pocket jingling.
All right, is that how you're going to be singing in your head now?
Yeah,
The
like
whole
I'm gonna
show?
mix Pocket Full of Change and Midlife Crisis. Go back and forth.
Mash up.
Yeah, mash it up.
All right.
That'd be good. Mash up.
Everybody looks good. Everything sounds good. Everything's rolling good. So we'll start this thing up. You ready? Got anything else you need to say? Did you look at show notes?
I should look at the show notes.
Never looks at the show notes.
Always start talking about geeky stuff,
I
like
spend days.
Jack
We-
Ryan and Navy SEAls and
all
stuff.
the Navy
Reddit.
SEAls
Yeah,
and
Reddit. and
the berets and SEAls we know.
next thing I know, it's showtime.
I mean, should we really be talking about the guys that we know that were like in special forces and stuff?
They're gonna call you and say never again.
Yeah. I'm never telling you a secret again. You're just blurting them out on the
gonna-
They're
internet.
in witness protection.
Right.
now.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk outside.
Like you shouldn't do that. All right, you ready?
Yep.
The man in black fled across the desert, and the gunslinger
I
followed.
need to look at the show.
This
notes
episode
for
of the
real.
Hey Guys Last Your Turn is brought to you by
Guys Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Riding rides, blowing smoke to the sky. Making money, then I go and take what's mine. I gotta shine, so I'm always on the grind. If you waste my time, then you getting left behind. Riding rides, blowing smoke to the sky. Making money, then I go and take what's mine. I gotta shine, so I'm always on the grind. If you waste my time, then you getting left behind. Staying focused, I'm rarely joking. This work I'm putting in is poetry that stay in motion. Making noise in pure silence, that's when I'm smoking. Loud commotion, this gear I'm rocking resemble the oceans. I got that water, breathing third form, flowing dance. Give suckers no chance when the mic up in my grasp. Always learning though I skip class. Chug beers and chase ass. Scared to shape my future, so I dwell back into my past. Focused on my spirit work, hard to pass my limits up. Absorbing all the game from my elders, now I live it. Though I feel like I'm at step one, I feel like I truly begun. Shaping to be the true man my dad said I will become. My mother made me strong to know shit, she had to get it. Raising 4 kids, not every day was sunny, but we living for sometimes. But we stuck together, storms and snowy weather, they my fuel, and they keep me shielded like some Teflon leather. So I'm gunning, keep them numbers running. Stone cold, I keep them stunning. Aiming for the light and fill my pockets, cause I'm done with bumming. My homies kept me living, and I think I'm about 1,000,000 times. Now to pin these rhymes and fill their pockets up with hella dimes. Done some petty crime, now I top the beers off with the lime. Focused on these lines, bending beats, break them out the spine. This a promise to myself, gotta make it at any cost. Even if it ain't music, I gotta be my own boss. Rockin' rides, blowing smoke to the sky. Making money, then I go and take what's mine.
That is one hell of a verse.
What was that like? 100. What's 64 times 2 bars? Is that what that was?
128 bars.
128 bars.
It is show 507, and it is Tuesday, January 10th, 2023. Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Happy Tuesday. Pre-Friday the 13th.
7 days till my birthday.
It's a very popular tattoo day. If you would like to go get tattooed.
Have you ever done that?
No.
Have
because
you guys
it's a
ever?
beating.
You don't have a 13?
It's a huge beating. I want to get a 13.
Technically, no. I've gotten a tattoo on the 13th, but it wasn't a Friday the 13th tattoo.
Oh, okay.
See, I would like to get the Friday the 13th tattoo, but I don't want to fight through all that chaos to get it.
Yeah, and then you got
Like, that's a
bad
big
juju.
deal. Yeah, true.
And if you want the free one, right? Or is it like a $25?
Not all of
one,
them do it
25?
for
Whatever.
free, but
But it's their
Some
choice,
of
like
them.
A lot
wherever
of them
they
do
do
it
it.
for $13.
yeah, 13 bucks,
$13.
$20, but usually the going rate is 13, I think. But
I want the Super Bowl 13th emblem.
yeah, there you go.
Shield. I don't
Yeah.
even know what it is.
I don't either. I'm sure it's something NFL-ish.
Probably.
It's probably not Mike, or not Mike Myers, Jason Voorhees ish.
Would it be?
They actually
reckon.
have really cool, what do you call it, flash for Friday the 13th. That's really traditional too. That I really like
Yeah, it's
because
all
I
the
like the traditional
spooky.
stuff. Yeah,
Traditional spooky.
traditional spooky, exactly. But
Are-
then there's some cheesy like Five Finger Death Punch looking stuff too that they have. That
Or
you're
Disturbed
Like, or disturbed. Yeah,
Butt rock.
to bring it back.
yeah. Like diet metal.
Diet metal.
I like
Yeah.
riot metal. That's nice.
That's
I
what
like butt
Sugar-free?
rock. Sugar-free, yeah.
unleaded.
Well, tonight we are joined in
Not
studio by not one, but two new guests to the show.
Surprise.
So, as tradition, we will introduce you from, if you're looking at your little radio that you have in your hand that's playing this little silly little podcast, it'll go from left to right. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, everybody. My name is J.O.E., a Southside Fort Worth resident, artist, influencer, swaggy, nice guy.
Swaggy nice.
So, is being a Southside resident more important than being a hip hop artist?
Yeah.
It came first, so that's why I
I
was
would say
wondering.
so.
Yeah?
I mean, I say it in pretty much every song I write. So
Yeah.
It's just like I put that forward. Yeah.
Southside,
Fort Worth proud.
Yeah.
the FT Dub.
The FT.
Dub.
And then you, ma'am, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Gabby Minton. I'm a singer-songwriter in the area. I'm from Dallas, but as of a couple of years ago, I'm from Fort Worth.
I used to
The
live in the
Fort Worth area.
214.
Were you born over
Several
there?
times.
I lived in the 972, if you want to
Oh,
get
yeah.
technical. I'll be
Oh,
honest, I'm
yeah,
a suburb girl.
Yeah. Well, 972 kind of took over every part that wasn't like 2 and 4. I think when that all went down, didn't they let go of some area?
I thought at first 972 was up to the north, right?
Did it
And
have
then
to do
it
with north?
slowly like
Started
yeah, and
creeping
then it
everywhere.
went to
Around-
South. It's parts
Yeah.
of
Loop,
Mesquite
yeah.
now.
Mesquite somehow got pulled into that. And then
The
so what
armpit of the
DeSoto
Route.
and then,
Yeah, the armpit.
yeah.
Sorry,
You've listened to our
Mesquite.
show, haven't you?
I
Then-
haven't. I just have strong opinions about Mesquite.
Yeah, Mesquite is the armpit of DFW. It really is. It's
I'm
one
sorry,
armpit.
guys.
It's
Yeah.
like that's the Dallas armpit, or the East Side armpit of DFW is Mesquite, and the West Side armpit is Azle.
Or you could call it
It's like
Florida.
the right and the left.
The
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah,
Florida.
the Florida of Texas.
Yeah. Especially those bars that are on the lake too out there, like from like Mesquite all the way out to like Lake Ray Hubbard. Especially the what's it called? There's always a Sneaky Pete's or something like that on the lake that's just dangerous.
And
Risky.
then the Bass Pro right there on the lake too.
Right. It's all risky. From Mesquite,
Like Mesquite fancy.
yeah, Mesquite East
Okay, we're
is-
being
is
produced from the chat room already.
produced.
You guys
Oh,
got to get up on the mic.
oh, okay.
They're having problems hearing you guys. so.
Gotcha.
Hello.
Those are 57, so you got to kind of eat them. They're kind of
What
silly
would be
like
the
that.
what's the north armpit? That would have to be somewhere in between
Denton.
Denton.
No.
No, Denton can't be the armpit.
Denton's not an
but
armpit,
Yeah, it's
Denton.
like
I don't know if it's right, but immediately I said Saginaw.
Saginaw's a little
But
west
Saginaw's
though.
kind of nice.
But yes,
now.
I guess
It's not,
North Tarrant County. you
Oh,
would
are
say
we just talking north? Not North DFW, but North Tarrant County?
or
I'm
North
gonna-
Texas.
I'm going to have to go maybe like, you get out there towards like Springtown and all that. Is Azle's a little too far, but
Yeah,
Azle's to the
What ab-
north. But if you went far west, you'd have to say something
So-
out towards Parker County somewhere.
that's all armpit.
But Alito's got
Like anything
nice.
west.
Alito's nice.
Yeah, but the cops aren't. So we'll just call that all.
Hudson Oaks
We'll
is
call
nice
that
now.
all.
There's an HEB
Oh,
in
Hudson Oaks
Hudson
is
Oaks.
fancy now.
They got an all uptown.
the worst place they could have put an HB.
And then I mean,
Yeah.
Weatherford's shooting through the roof.
Weatherford's cool.
Yeah.
Shot a
Yeah,
video. out
Weatherford's
there.
always kind of been pretty cool.
Well,
Like kind of different from.
tap the brakes.
I'm not
I mean,
cool.
There was a time.
I'm saying
where-
different than like a different place than a lot of places around that area. Does that make sense? It's
Yeah.
kind of like Greenville. Have you ever been to Greenville? There's
Yeah.
parts of Greenville that are really cool, like the downtown area where all the murals and all the cool art stuff is at. It's pretty cool, but it's still, like you said, tap the brakes.
But you get shortly
wanna go
outside
party
of
out there.
Greenville, and
You got to watch out.
You got to watch out.
Some inbreeding going
Yeah,
on.
there's some,
I was gonna say like Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
you guys
Yeah.
broke down.
they should. We should.
From
we
around
should,
here.
We should write a Trailer Park Boys for Texas.
Jesus.
It would be in Mesquite.
Yeah,
Or Hazel.
or Hazel,
Although
or Saginaw.
I was up in Hazel working the other day. $1.99. I had a whole policy when we first started this show that
The carpet bombing.
I would call out to Carswell and have them load up a B-52 and just fly over 199, open the payload doors, and just carpet bomb the whole thing because it sucked.
Damn.
It's getting nice now once you get past the Lake Worth Bridge.
Mhm.
The south
It
side's
is.
what is it? Shore side, whatever. Surf side. It's still kind of shitty where they're building the bridge and everything. But once you get past the old Lovers
Mhm.
store where you can buy all your
The old lovers. store.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I used to go
You
to
said,
Hazel
oh,
a
the
lot.
lovers store.
did?
I know where that's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to record out there for a little while.
Hazel's risky still. Risky.
yeah Hazel's.
I've had to pick up some tapes from a place out in Hazel that was mass producing our little Christian rock tapes when I was in high school. And I was
Aw.
like, next thing I know, there's like Confederate flags and stuff. I'm like, are we in the right place, man? This looks
Oh,
risky.
That's yeah.
It's
That when you start getting towards Wise County, things get a little
dicey.
dicey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure. Yeah, the armpits of DFW. What about South? That'd have to be like Seagullville or something. Or
Of Dallas, yeah.
let's see. What do you think?
I just go right
Maybe-
back to Mesquite.
Mes-
It's right
yeah,
there
because
in that
Mesquite. I
little-
guess that is the
Not
South.
DeSoto.
DeSoto's. alright.
DeSoto's okay.
I played a basketball tournament in DeSoto and it was cool.
The chill's gotten cool. Cedar Hill.
Yeah,
It's kind of gotten fancy. It used to be a little like podunk nowhere, but
They
now
took
it's all
the
fancy.
Texas out of the highway over there. You know what I'm talking about?
That's
they did?
really weird.
Why? Why'd they do that?
maybe like 5 or 6
Oh,
years
'cause
ago. It was
people
like
kept getting
a
out?
landmark.
Like,
where people
walking
kept
over?
stopping in the middle of the highway.
and getting ran
yeah,
over.
and maybe somebody got hurt.
Didn't someone get hit by a tire or something like that?
I
Like, came
believe
off a
it.
vehicle and it hit someone and killed someone right
Oh,
there, and
man, that's
became
gnarly.
a roadside memorial.
That is a thing, though. Didn't we just
Oh.
talk about that on the show? Like how all these people taking selfies have added to all these crazy body counts in like national forests and stuff
Yeah,
because idiots get too close to the edge. And see, I started getting weak and just when we
I
were
haven't
talking
seen
about
the
going up on the
waterfall
edge,
ones.
yeah, stuff like that. When
The
we were in
guy
New
at,
York,
the guy at was it Yellowstone? I think went and jumped in
into
one
a
of
sulfur pit or
a
something.
sulfur, one of those
Yeah,
geyser pools, not realizing that the sulfur was like 3,000 degrees and it just melted his flesh off. And
Yeah.
he died right there in front of
Oh
everybody.
my
Where was this at?
it was in Yellowstone.
Or Yosemite? No,
Yosemite
it
or-
was Yellowstone. It
But
was
they'll find a
Yellowstone, yeah.
video.
Wherever
Old
those,
Faithful is.
yeah,
I
Old
get 'em all.
Faithful.
I'm sorry, but what is he?
Yellowstone, I
What was he white?
I had it. Those are the
Probably.
dudes. Like, if you notice, all the guys, all the people that get attacked by these buffalo recently up in the Yellowstone, they're all whites. Just
Old ladies.
The white.
yeah, it's like, what are
They're
you
like,
doing?
They're like, I gotta get a
Well,
selfie
look,
with a buffalo, and the
there
next
goes
thing
a
you know,
white.
they're gored.
Yeah, exactly. They're not play. It's not. You don't get respawned.
The optimism is nice.
Yeah, you don't respawn when you get gored by a buffalo. But then there was another one where a story a few weeks ago where a guy took his wife to one of those hot spots and pushed her off and said that she fell taking a selfie. And then there was witnesses that were around that happened to see the incident, and that's how he got busted. But his original story was, yeah, she was on the edge right there taking a selfie, and she just fell off.
Okay,
R.I.P.
this happened again 5 days ago. A missing man whose foot was found floating in a Yellowstone hot pool had no suicide
Because
note in
everything-
his car.
Everything was burned off.
Though the investigators have found his laptop computer, notebooks, and handwritten poems, according to the NPS documents released on Tuesday. Ilhan Ro, 70, of Los Angeles, died. And his foot was in a shoe that floated away, but the rest of his body was,
Disintegrated.
disintegrated.
Did the shoe keep his foot from burning?
I guess so.
That's
what
a
it
But
good,
you know,
sounds
they
like.
find these shoes on
Where's
the
the
West
other
one?
Coast, too. That's what's weird. They find these shoes all the time with
No, I
feet in them
saw
on
a
the
bunch
West
of random
Coast.
feet have been
That is
popping up
weird.
on the coastals and stuff.
that's been going on for a while too, hasn't it?
That sounds
Yeah.
like some mafia stuff to me.
Yeah.
Or maybe fish just don't like feet.
Fukushima. They're coming over from Japan.
Could
Finally
be.
washing
With
up
little
on our
gills.
oyster.
Could be. There could be some different types of fish breed around that area for sure.
Eric recommended Red Oak and Waxahachie.
Ooh, Waxahachie's a good one. That is a good one.
That's where the Renaissance Fair is, right?
Right outside of there.
Yeah. The Scarborough.
That's
Y'all-
where
y'all
we.
fans of Scarborough?
I've been twice.
I haven't been since I was in high school.
I've been twice.
That's probably
too.
the
lately?
last time I went.
Really?
And I had to dress up and like the whole thing.
I didn't do all that.
all the
but I
garb.
went.
It was very
You don't
white.
get all dressed up?
Nah.
You don't show up looking like a pirate?
You didn't show up?
Nuh-uh.
No.
I still want to go dressed up as Stormtrooper.
I do too.
Oh.
I want to go in full Star Wars garb and show up out there.
I think it would be cool. We'll just have
You'd
a
probably
face
get
off.
accepted. I'm sure they'd be fine.
Well, they do it around May, and apparently that's what everybody does on May the 4th. They all
Oh,
go out. That
cute.
day is when everybody goes out there and they all party and have orgies with stormtroopers and Renaissance people.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's good armpit talk.
that is.
the
You want to?
DFW area.
You want to?
Shoot the garbage. Shoot
Sure.
the shit.
Shoot the garbage.
As we
shoot
already
the
were.
shit.
Well, I didn't do anything this weekend because
I did.
I was sick.
I had the little
I had a
one.
cough, but no COVID. So
I think
there's
it's
no
all
worries of
COVID at this
Good to
point.
hear.
Yeah, I just had a
It's
weird
all COVID
cough
now.
that just like took me down, made it hard to breathe.
What's a common cold these days, right?
Yeah, it's all it
Yeah, I
is,
think
man.
it
It's all
is.
COVID.
I think it is. Yeah.
Especially if you need to call in, like you need to level up on some Zelda or something. Then it's COVID.
Call of Duty releases a new
Yeah.
map
See you in
pack.
5 days.
You gotta level up. Yeah.
I'm really stopped up. This could be the COVID. This
Oh,
could be the
be
vid.
it.
Shit, Activision activated a double XP. I gotta stay
Yeah.
home.
That's what really a couple of weeks ago when I got that real quick bout with COVID. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
That's a,
I got my headphones in and I wanted to test them
oh
out.
shit, it's double XP weekend.
Oh, a shipment. The shipment dropped.
Shipment
Yes.
dropped. I gotta go.
Yeah. But I went to somewhere cool with my daughter.
Great Wolf Lodge.
No, we did not. That's pretty
love
cool.
That's
though.
all I
That is
see
baller,
commercials
man.
for anymore.
No, we took her to Cowtown Lanes, man.
Went some bowling?
Went some bowling, man. That place is still rad.
Is it?
It's cheap. We bowled for 2 hours for $25.
Oh,
Can
That's
you-
what I love the most
Can you
about it.
smoke in there?
I think they've officially been like when Fort Worth said no
I'm
more to
out.
that. Yeah. But it's an old school lane, and they have those old school prices. Is the thing. It's not like you take a family to Bolero or Main Event, you're out like $200, $300 bucks. Yeah.
Can you still pencil whip it there?
I'm sorry.
Or do you have to keep score with a pencil?
Oh no, it's computerized.
Oh,
I thought you said pencil.
That's what I
pencil
thought
whip,
too. I
like-
was like, what
like-
do you mean?
like old school, like
pencil. Oh, like that. No.
yeah, like we used to play.
I did.
We went before
Yeah, it's a
What?
cool.
with Kim, Lori, and Brandon. We went
They got some good
bowling.
burgers too. I don't remember their
I don't
food
think
being
I
as
went
good
to
as it
that.
was, but it's
Do they have Cosmic?
they
bowling?
they're not real trendy like that, so it's kind of just old school.
Okay.
So they probably don't.
I didn't know if they had.
But the
black
food
lights.
is really good. I didn't drink any while I was there because I'm not drinking alcohol in 2023
at all ever
at all ever.
through the whole year.
Right.
Okay.
But the
Interesting.
burgers were really good. I had
Okay.
the Cowtown.
Well, that
burger.
grill's been cooked on for I don't know,
I haven't eaten there.
50, 60 years.
Next time you go, man, try it.
I'm
'Cause
scared.
I was iffy about it. The problem is when you eat when you're bowling is I was almost done with my burger and I was like, ew, man, you just been grabbing all over these balls everywhere, and you just
Oh, I
gripping
thought
your
you meant your
burger.
pants.
Oh, that's later.
Probably both.
Yeah. That's but yeah, that place is
Your
still
balls
kicks
everywhere.
butt. When we went in, guess what was playing? A little Terra. I was like, all right,
I can
okay,
bowl here.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Let
it was
me
a
guess.
good time.
Jump.
I can't remember which. I think it was Mouth of War.
Okay.
But they the best part about it though is I already mentioned it. The fact that I went in there, ate, and had my daughter and my girlfriend all play under $100. That's for 2 hours.
That's a steal.
Yeah, it's a steal. So if you're ever bored and you want to take the kiddos out, something weird, happens to you, and you
Oh.
decide you want to take the kids out instead of go out with your friends, instead of locking them up in the closet.
They got laser tag.
No, this is a bowling.
This isn't main event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They got
it's
a
in
maze?
Pinstack. It's not Jurassic Bowling.
Pinstack.
Yeah,
That's one of those overpriced places too.
Pinstripes.
or pin is it? Yeah,
Well,
maybe
I
it's
think there's
Pinstripes.
Pinstack and Pinstripe.
Pinstripes.
Lots of pins.
What was the crazy?
They're all like $300.
Pinstripes. You can only wear Yankee stuff when you're in there. Get it?
You know,
That's cute.
okay. Arlington boy over here.
Uh-huh. Yes.
The Triangle Bowl
Yeah. It's like that.
gone.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's what this place is like.
Yeah.
It's like
But-
old school, like Triangle.
I was down there the week or two ago.
I think it's been gone for a minute, hasn't
It's
it?
all apartments now. But that place was rad because bands could play there while you're bowling. There
Mhm.
was a stage at the far end where a band would be playing
Why didn't you bust over?
and tearing
You're
stuff
pretty
up.
quick.
I would love
Pretty
that.
close.
You were at work.
Oh.
I was off.
You had COVID?
No, I had to use up some days at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, man, I should bust over. Oh yeah, you're not. You had to work.
Yeah. All joking aside,
play the
though,
game.
if you're looking for something to do with the family and stuff, that's an awesome place, and it's still budget wise. So
Better than taking the kids to like Sarah's Secret
Yeah.
well,
or the Hustler store.
I don't think I've ever taken my kids to Sarah's Secret.
We go there
but-
every weekend. I'm just kidding.
You got to go overseas for that, man.
They have candy there and stuff.
Oh my gosh. Kid
So-
gets hungry, you just give him some edible underwear, huh?
They don't know the difference. Just roll it up.
So that was 2 hours. What about the other hours of the weekend?
Sleep.
So-
So, I broke out the Traeger and tried some pork.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do pulled pork or anything like that. I'm not that skilled yet. I just did some pork fillets. Not bad. For my first run at it, I did all right. I'm getting better at this Traeger thing.
What flavor pellets?
These were the that signature one that Traeger puts out. It was those and a little bit of the applewood ones. The applewood ones
I
are
like
my
Applewood.
favorite. They're my favorite by
Okay.
far. I've done brisket with that, and I've done a few other things. But it mixed well with other, like hickory. It'll mix well with the signature. It mixes well with the other ones. Is why I like the apple.
Mine.
What's your favorite?
Mine does the chips, so I'll use the apple.
Is this like a smoker? What are we?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Okay,
pellet
that's
smoke.
what I
Yeah,
It's a-
thought. I was just making sure.
I think we just use the signature blend as
signature
well.
blend?
Yeah.
that goes with everything as well.
Um,
Man. They're all good.
Every now and then, my roommate he does all the grilling and smoking. So every like other month, there's a box of pellets
Something.
that comes in, and it's always different flavors.
Is he getting the original? Because the original, like the Traeger brand, is expensive, man.
He's getting like 3 different flavors at a time.
He's got it dialed in. He knows what he wants to do.
Exactly.
See, I'm still in. I'm a noob. I haven't leveled up yet. I'm still like putting hot dogs and stuff in there.
Oh.
When you'll figure out. You'll put your own little blend together.
Either that or have a heart attack trying because
You've eaten so much meat.
right.
The determination.
Yeah. Right before I went out the door to come here, there was a T-bone on the stove ready for me, and I was like, I gotta go.
You could have
You should just
brought
grabbed
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
grab it
just
right with it, man.
I'll just be right here eating
Just
it.
hop in the
We
car.
would have allowed you to gnaw on it. You could've just been-
No, it's waiting for me.
We've had friends that have.
It's
brought
waiting
food
for
up.
me.
Yeah, but the Traeger, it's not as they oversell it to where you can just let it go. You gotta mess with some things. I'm having problems with the low temperature smoking. It always something I'm doing wrong. I haven't figured out yet. I don't know if it's because I'm not cleaning it out right after I'm done, like the extra ashes, or I'm not sure what I'm doing, but it seems like when I put it like right around 225, it has a hard time keeping that temperature. It'll either skyrocket or just dive, and I haven't figured out what it is that I'm doing that's causing it to screw up like that. So
You burn the pellets in that, right? It doesn't have an
Mhm. Yeah, you
electric
burn it.
filament. Okay,
Ask Reddit.
ask.
there you go.
I should start following it on Reddit.
There's
Grill-
a- there's a whole
Reddit,
thread,
uh,
man.
What is it? /grill.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great idea.
See,
That's what I'm gonna do.
that's what you
Everything.
need to do.
Yeah, and then I watched a football game. Or
No, we'll hold on to that for a
Okay.
second. We'll hold on to that. Let's tap the brakes because I want to get into some podcast beef.
yeah, I saw
Ooh.
that in the notes. What's the podcast beef?
I know there's a
about?
few of other podcast shows in here, watching on the YouTube and commenting here and there. So I'm gonna just talk about some beef here. Could be about one of y'all. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah. What have I done now?
Seems to be a new little podcast started called Dallas Famous.
I was the one that brought that to y'all's attention. Did you finally listen?
I
don't
know
know
who
about
it
them.
is.
Oh, you did?
I did some research.
Oh, you did some. You opened up an investigation.
It's kind of weird that name is kind of taken from our little sister podcast called Fort Worth Famous,
Our sister station.
our sister station that's been around for what now? 4 years?
It's at
3
least
years?
right.
4 years?
4?
Susie, feel free to comment.
Yeah.
3 years,
3
4
or
years.
4.
And all of a sudden, this Fort Worth, or
Dallas.
this Dallas Famous pops up, stealing their moniker, trying to steal off what they
Fort
built,
Worth.
and
I'm gonna
take
start
it over
Denton
to
Famous.
the 214 area. And as you can tell on this show,
Azel famous.
we like to keep things real here in the 817, and we'll cause beef. We'll cause beef, and I don't have to go over there and sit down
You
with
wanna walk?
Mr.
Not
Mr.
talking about
Andrew.
grilling.
We'll go to war. You want to war?
Andrew, I'll come over there. I'll visit you at the Deep Ella Mark Company, and we'll have a little sit
Well,
down.
that was direct.
We'll have a little sit
Use the
down.
real
Direct
names.
beef.
Yeah,
It was direct beef.
you've only
Put
got
that on the Traeger.
yeah,
Right there.
you've only
And
got
smoke
look,
it.
Look at
Smoke
me.
it.
Look at me in the camera right now.
You want to go to war?
You've only got 4 or 5 shows out there, and you still have time to change your name. I recommend you do it.
Change it to Denton famous or Saginaw
just-
famous.
Dallas something else.
Dallas not
Change it to the
famous.
Dallas Mavericks.
There you go.
Mark Cuban
There
would
you
love
go.
that.
Yeah. So you figured out who they were, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I figured you would open
A
an
fellow
investigation.
photographer who
Oh,
I see in the
no.
pits every once in a while who, as we're shooting a national show, I may just have to trip and let him fall on his gear.
You wouldn't even pick him up. You
I
just-
wouldn't. Just
Whatever,
let him
dude.
fall. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm just fucking.
Is there any photography beefs
But it
out
is
there?
funny. Oh, there's yeah.
Are there?
Oh,
Trying to get in the
locally.
picture and everything. You're like,
When
Tough
the
game out there.
yeah.
when you're shooting
Throwing
a
bows and
big
stuff?
show and there's anywhere between 12 to 17 people in that photo pit,
Gets nasty.
and there's people that are established that have been doing this for a while, and there's some scrub that shows up with their little point and shoot or their Kodak 110.
Scrub.
Beat you to it.
You got to come with the
you're
Krav
like,
Maga, the throat punch.
I elbowed a girl at the Pixies Weezer
Oh
show.
no!
That's assault, man.
You
But it
don't-
was Weezer.
You don't. First off, you don't bring a ladder to the photo pit just
A
because
ladder?
you're
Oh, I feel
short.
like that's cheating.
And then you don't pull out your iPhone to start taking photos when everybody has $10,000 worth of gear hanging off their sides.
I could see
So
that.
yeah, there's a lot of there's
Maybe
a
she
lot
was
of photo
just starting out, man.
They do have good
Yeah.
cameras.
Sometimes you got to start off with a
Well,
Kodak
first off,
110.
if you show up with an iPad or an iPhone as your camera, you're not supposed to be allowed in the photo
What about
pit.
a
So that's
Kodak 110?
somebody else's. Kodak 110's fine. No, there are people that will show up with film cameras and they'll
Yeah.
shoot all their digital stuff, get out of the way, and then pop some
Mess
film
around
stuff
with
off.
their film.
Yeah. Pop
Yeah.
some film stuff off. And that's totally fine. Totally fine. But they do not want a go. The 3 things you can't have:
A cam or a
Phone,
phone,
iPad, or a tablet
or
of any
and a
type,
ladder, apparently.
and a GoPro.
No still.
Oh yeah.
What
'cause
kind
you
of
just
ladder
need
are we
to
talking
record them.
about, though?
like
Little
a
step
ladder?
stool, little 2-step
you-
step stool, and we're like, "What the fuck are you doing
So
with
for
that?"
some reason, I'm thinking of a 4-footer.
Like Home Depot ladder.
That'd be hilarious, man.
Well, she.
You come in with a 20-foot ladder and just start setting that bad boy up.
I wouldn't even be mad.
This
I
was at
wouldn't either.
Starplex in the or
Be out of the way.
Dos Equis or whatever you want to call it these days, and this was right after they raised the stage 6 inches. So even I was like, "Holy crap, this sucks," because you got to kind of be up here shooting. But yeah, she whipped out a ladder, and we're like, "I
Just
guess
kick it
you
out
can
from
use
under?
it, but don't get it in our way, and don't set up camp right, in front of the lead singer or whatever, and block
Yeah.
the whole view with your stupid ladder."
Yeah.
But it was funny
Well, you
watching
see
her.
those
Was like,
paparazzi pictures and
and
stuff where they're all like getting rough, trying to get the picture of Taylor
Paparazzi
Swift and
goes
stuff.
crazy.
You ever run into some of that?
oh,
Where everybody getting rough?
when
and
I'm
stuff?
out and about, they're all over town.
No, paparazzi,
photos. No
please.
photos.
Yeah. Every time
no
I get out of the
photos,
car,
man.
I
I got
can
my
be like-
family with me.
I tried to fly out of town the other day, and they were just all at the airport waiting for me.
A
So
frenzy.
yeah, I see paparazzi.
That's what happened
all
when
day.
we rolled into New York. We had
Remember
got
the company?
mobbed.
Was it you and I were going to start a company called?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's still a great idea, man.
that's a fantastic idea. So yeah, we should.
Yeah.
That's a perfect name. Zip.
So then, as you hinted to, we had a Cowboy game, so
If you can call that a football game.
who gives a shit about that?
Are you even going to watch on Monday?
Yeah, I kind of have to. Yeah,
Oh, it's why? Why would you have to?
I gotta know what I'm gonna do if they win.
They're not going to. So
Oh yeah, no, I'll watch.
I don't think I am. I'm so pissed off at this nasty team
Oh no.
and all the garbage that they've done and thrown out there. I'm like, I'm so over it. It's
You said at the beginning of the season you weren't gonna put your hopes
dreams into
in
it,
dreams,
and I
into
did
them,
like normal.
and now you have.
every time, every season, I do this.
Yeah.
But they've hurt my feelings again.
Yeah.
And I went back to them, and now they've hurt me again, and I'm going back to them again. But this time on Monday night, and I don't like that. That's unstable. It's very unstable to have an NFL playoff game on a Monday night.
Sounds emotional.
Am I the only one that thinks that?
I did not know it was on Monday night until watching the game last night,
Oh yeah,
and I was
Well,
like, "What?"
And
Is
it
this?
like it's technically a wild card, right?
it kind of is.
I mean,
It is a wild card, so they could just have it on a Thursday if they wanted
Yeah,
to.
but they used to do those. They used to still pack them all in on that Saturday and
Sunday.
Sunday.
It
Now
is
they're
weird
doing
that
all
one
this-
is rolling over to Monday night, and I didn't know till last night, like watching the TCU game, which we'll get to in here in a minute. And I was like, "What the fuck? It's on a Monday?" And I had to go recheck. What?
Yeah, and there's
Why
no.
is it on a
We're gonna
Monday?
ratings.
we're gonna shit the bed. I'm sure. It's set up perfectly for us to shit the bed. Let's put it that way. Did you know we haven't won a road playoff game in 30 years?
Yeah. Well, we haven't had to have one on the road. We've lost them all at home.
We've
Oh,
only won
no.
2. We've only won.
We've won two,
Yeah.
and they were at home, and then we lost them at home. So we've always had to play at home. This is the first time in the 13 years I've worked with the Cowboys now, or whatever the hell it is,
that they're playing outside of.
that
th-
I'm
they're
that
gone
this
away?
is the first playoff game that I'm.
I thought you were
not at
working when. Oh, that was that a playoff game? When did Romo muff the field goal? Wasn't that a playoff game? Or was that to get into the playoffs?
I don't know.
Remember he muffed the.
Is that the one when he was looking up at Jessica and muffed it?
I think so.
I can't
Jessica
remember- I don't remember what
Simpson?
year.
That had to be at least 2006 or something.
It's been around since then, so yeah.
He hasn't been married to Jessica Simpson since like the late 2010s, maybe.
I don't know how long it's been,
Old stadium for sure.
but yes,
Like pop culture?
Yeah.
Romo was the quarterback when I started working there.
I thought you had been there for
So-
the whole time when that happened. No, that
The
was Bill
first.
Parcells. Were you there when Bill Parcells? was-
Yes,
So yeah, then
Yeah.
then there has been a road playoff
Yeah.
game. It was that one.
because that's when the stadium was super strict. It was in Parcells, and then when he left, everything got real loose, and you could walk around and go mess with the coaches' interviews after the game if you wanted to. And
I just don't have any faith, man.
weird
I'm done.
trickery.
I'm done being emotionally abused by him. It's like I'm in a bad relationship. I'm gonna become an Eagles fan. Screw it.
The Cowboys will be your abusive ex.
I would never do that. But yeah, that's what we say all the time. It's like being in a abusive relationship. You always go back to them, and they always just smack you right in the chops. Just
Yeah, my
Kick you
my
right in
dad
the
my dad
nuts.
is a diehard Eagles fan. Like
yeah, they're just as. I mean, they're obnoxious too, and they've gone through hell too, but not like this. It's like this is insane. We're the biggest joke in the NFL, I think, every year.
Where's your allegiance? Do you have one?
I'm just a bystander.
Yeah,
You are.
Yeah, I'm just
that's the way to do
I'm just
it.
a civilian.
Do you have
That's
any
just-
sports
He's a
allegiance?
sieve. He's just a sieve.
Do you show any sports allegiance whatsoever?
No,
It's the way to live, man.
Um,
It's the way to live.
How do you live this
it's like
life?
it's
Because
like
I need to
politics.
there
know.
for
I'm
the beer.
apolitical. I'm
Yep.
apolitical.
Like, I'd say Switzerland.
You should start a religion because I think that's perfect, man.
I need.
Don't
I need
follow
to
football,
know-
we
I need
don't
to be
follow
on the-
politics.
I watch, of course, I watch sports, but I just don't.
It sounds like you're not an asshole. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I would join your church. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no, this is the way to be, man. Be
Can
cool.
you show us your way, please? You're
Done.
done.
Like, I don't know. I love football, and my family is all Dallas Cowboy. Been born and raised a Dallas Cowboy. like fan since I've known life, and it's just like, man, I've just been abused and taken advantage of my whole life. It's like I can't even talk shit to Philly fans anymore because they're like, man, you guys are a joke. It's like,
Are you ready for that Redskins tattoo
yeah, I should get one.
after this Sunday?
I'm
Now,
glad we didn't bet on that.
Just a big W.
since the season has ended and Mr. Andrew Turner is in the chat room,
Mhm.
should we? You remember when we did this? Our
Yeah,
predictions.
yeah.
For the
We
season.
actually did all right, I thought, didn't we?
I have the results here. And would you like to know who won the season?
Me.
You sure as hell did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I called that split between the Redskins. It was the only thing
Uh,
that separated us, wasn't it?
It is. No, there was something else that separated us, but the last Redskins game, both of us had it as a winner.
I picked that Jacksonville loss, I think, though, which nobody picked that.
You picked the Jacksonville loss. I had it as a win, and you had them winning in Indy, and I had them losing.
Oh, that's right.
And that's what separated us. Other than that, we were pretty much dead on all the way up.
What a garbage season, man.
Oh no.
Win all those games for nothing.
We had another separation. The Philly, first Philly game, I had them as a win. You had it as a loss. And Tampa Bay, I had it as a loss, and you had it as a win. The first game of the season. So your record was 12-5. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank
Congratulations.
you. What was Andrew's?
I went 10-7.
Andrew didn't do so well, did he?
Andrew did okay.
Oh, he did? Because
Yeah.
I know he was bringing up the rear for a while
He was, but I think that's when he was just
on the cusp.
giving L's all the way through, and then just started really thinking about it. Hey, he still owes us. Wasn't it a bottle of whiskey? Wasn't that what we put on the line?
Either that or a case of beer. Or was that
Yeah.
Jeremy?
He went 9-8. 9-8,
All right, Andrew.
which is
Eagle rare.
I mean, he did better than some of these teams that are getting into the playoffs with an 8-8 record.
Well,
Which I don't
do
understand.
you
that.
think we're going to be one and done?
I think this is the time
We're going to beat
we
Tom
take
Brady
down
finally?
Tom Brady.
After what? We played him 17 times or something?
Yeah,
no.
it's time. It's the end of his career.
finally gonna get
We
a
got to
win?
do it one.
18th time's a charm.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. We're finally gonna we're
Is-
finally gonna show him who's boss.
There you go.
We're gonna get his number. I think we're gonna.
I don't know, man. Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Too
I
many
don't know.
cards stacked against the Cowboys. One being they are the Cowboys.
I think we're gonna make it to where he can't ever play again.
Whoa. Spinal cord on the field?
Have a policeman show up.
Brutality.
Oh, yeah, brutality.
Somebody has a voodoo doll just right
Just-
there.
Just poking it
Right in the kneecaps.
right in its
Yeah.
dick.
Eric
Oh
thinks
my
we're gonna
Hey,
Tom Brady's bleeding at the crotch.
win.
No one knows what's wrong. Oh, it's COVID.
Why is there just blood coming through his trousers?
How gross would that be? They got to stop the game because someone's got blood crotch. That's the
That's a
female
weird thing.
NFL.
I was just about to say something just like that.
Does the lingerie
Sorry.
football league still exist? Because I saw a
don't
bunch of
think so.
clips from the lingerie football league.
No, that was
Where's
like also a
think
mid
it got
2000s
hashtagged
thing.
Me
There's
Too.
just
Dude.
you
Yeah,
can't
I'm
do that
pretty
today.
sure-
You
I got
can't do that
hashtag
today.
Oh
Me Too.
no, that would be canceled.
Well,
so
that's the thing that's
quick.
funny is I don't know if you've noticed this, but the DirecTV they have a like we're supposed to be all like non-sexist and everything.
The
But we got
Cowboys
the
versus
Cowboys
the
versus
Real
the
Housewives.
right. I was like,
It's
dude,
hot.
yeah, but it's also very patronizing to women.
To-
Yeah, over here.
like the little head nod you did.
Yeah. What is that? What-
To the one, they're here.
There's a
Wait till
woman
we talk
here.
about black people. We're gonna be
Oh,
Oh shit.
Dude, we can't-
Yeah, I don't know.
like, man,
Like there was a clip
What do you
that
mean,
came
you
up
people?
that was showing one of the coaches of the lingerie football league just screaming at his female players,
yeah.
and it was funny because I was like, he's just going at them. It's like this whole montage. And it's like, it's the lingerie football league. Like, really? Why are you that passionate and that out of control? Like,
yeah.
red faced.
They need to bring
What the
back the
hell are you
Beavis and
doing?
Butthead halftime show and all that.
Does Bud Bowl
the
still
NFL.
exist?
I think so.
Bud
That was only a
Bowl?
couple of years, I think. That didn't
And
go
South
too
Park
well.
had one too.
South Park had a special.
They
didn't
would do a special every time. Yeah.
Oh, the weed competition, right? Yeah, no, that's
Where's that one at?
definitely still a thing.
Okay.
I think it's like
Where's it
the
at?
people that
Matt's
I'm
house.
assuming
Is
it's
that my
in
house?
Colorado. You're like in the basement. I'm assuming it's
The
in
Cannabis Cup?
Colorado.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that'd be
Canna-
cool if they had a
Cannabis
Cannabis
Cup.
Cup.
The Cannabis
I
during
think
Cup.
that's
halftime.
literally during halftime.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because the Cannabis Cup is like in the spring, right? And it's
Something like that.
in,
Ain't it in Amsterdam? Yeah.
Yeah. I think they do one in the U.S. now, though. I don't know if it's called the
Surely.
Cannabis Cup, but they have something that they do.
Not in Oklahoma.
I remember.
Hopefully
I think
they
I
call it
learned
the Bud
about,
Bowl.
I think
That
the
was
I was
nice.
reading about the
They should,
Cannabis
yeah.
Cup, and that's how I found out about Girl Scout cookie.
Yeah.
That stuff was so good.
I don't. It's not made anymore.
It's dispensary now, usually. I'm sure it's somewhere, but
Just some. Okay. And then we had a game last night, and that was fun. Moving on.
Oh no.
man, like so many accounts and places were planning the party. You knew it was gonna happen. You're like, dude, everybody calm,
Ryan
down.
Seacrest wore a purple suit
just calm down.
Wow.
Really?
on.
What's his? He has an allegiance to
It was national
TCU? Is
national
he-
championship.
Did he go there or something?
So I have a TV in my work truck now, and I just leave it running after the news, and what comes up is whatever their show
The
is.
View?
with,
Nice daytime TV.
Yeah, Kelly with
The View.
Kelly and Hoja,
no
Doja.
Kelly Ripa.
Oh, Ripa and
and
Strahan.
Seacrest.
I
Seacrest took
thought
Strahan's
Strahan
spot.
was-
No.
What?
So it's Kelly.
Oh,
Ripa
Michael
and
Strahan
Ryan
doesn't do it
Seacrest.
She's
anymore.
running through the guys, man.
Yeah, I think
Uh-oh.
she's a little.
Oh, no.
I think she's a
Watch it.
vampire.
She's a
she's
vampire.
been on the show
She's an energy
forever.
vampire for sure.
No.
She's the female version of Colin Davidson.
yeah,
Or whatever his name is.
yeah.
But yes, no.
Robinson.
Robinson. They start the show off yesterday, and he's in a purple suit, and immediately starts talking about TCU and how all this stuff and rah 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 rah. And then they go to their producer, and he's wearing a purple suit too. And I was like,
So was there a tie to it, or does his daughter go there or something?
I don't know. I looked it up. He don't have any ties to TCU. I don't know.
Maybe he just really doesn't like Georgia.
The reason why I knew all day long they were about to get their ass whipped was because of all the pre-partying talk going on. Everybody's like, "Where you going for the man? It's gonna get wild at the varsity club and all this." You're like, dude, you are setting yourself up
Oh,
for
varsity
all this.
closed.
Whatever the trendy TCU bars are
I
called
thought you
these
lived in the
days. man.
A17
What is that
now.
when
You're
we went
supposed to know
to
what's going
Bottle
on.
Blonde?
Buffalo Bros.
Hey,
There you
Arlington,
go.
Buffalo Bros is awesome.
Arlington
It is
doesn't
awesome.
claim TCU. We got UTA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
UT Arlington.
We
Yeah,
don't, we don't
also-
claim TCU.
You also have the Dallas Wings. So
Which
Claim TCC.
when are we going to go to one of the games? It's a half a mile from my house,
whatever.
and they're probably only like $20.
I get asked to go cover Wings games all the time.
I'm
for
in.
different
Just let me
things.
know.
Let's go. We'll go over there.
I'm in. I
Hang
bet
out.
it's probably fun, especially if they sell booze.
It's on college. Do they?
Yeah, but it's a professional
Oh yeah, that is.
sports
Oh,
organization. I'm sure they got booze,
that's a good question.
booze, and boobs, because it's female.
Well, that's weird.
You're fine.
'Cause
You're fine.
You know.
Hey, calm down over there, sir.
Yeah, it's this Weller. It's Weller. But
Yeah.
way to kick us in the nuts, TCU.
Yeah.
I work right by TCU, so everybody showed up to work in purple. Half of the people took off to literally go to LA to go to the game, and they all come back to work tomorrow.
So rich.
I want to
aren't
talk
yeah,
about this.
ridiculous.
Did y'all see any of the
they? That's
ridiculous
what's funny too.
prices
Is
on
they're
shit?
all rich and sad now.
Oh,
Tickets for
What?
alumni were anywhere between $500 and $1,500, depending on where you sat.
For
in the
alumni?
that's
section.
crazy.
For alumni.
Yeah.
Wow.
A beer, a domestic
That's
bottled
insane.
beer, $19.
$19 for
So
a
what does
Bud
it
Light.
cost
What is
for
it
at a
um,
Rams game?
What is it at AT&T?
It's like 11.
Well, I've never been to a Rams game.
I would think
No, but
12.
I'm-
I think a
oh,
Bud
but
Light is $12.
It's the same
there.
stadium.
I thought you meant
No,
I thought you were being a smart ass about the Cowboys.
no.
Cowboys
it's $11
is-
bucks for a 12 ounce, and I think you can get the 16 ounces for like 14. Is it?
They're 13 or 14.
Yeah.
What do we pay at Wu-Tang?
At Wu Tang, we got tall boys, like gas
Those
station
20
tall
ounce
boys.
ones?
and
Yeah.
they were $13 a piece.
That's what.
$2 at the gas
Was that
station.
Amplified? Where'd you? Oh,
It was at Jexa.
Oh, it was.
Is it called Juxa? What's it
Whatever.
called
We-
now?
we-
Star
Dos
Trek.
Equis,
Dos Equis.
Starflex.
We've
I like that.
one of the venues we go to, the one that used to be the Palladium,
Yeah.
they do that
Southside
too.
Ballroom.
They do that.
Oh,
They'll do the
Southside.
20 ounce for $14, which you're not getting hosed too bad on that, but still, it's still a hose. And if you
It
think
feels
about
ridiculous.
if you're paying for like if that was a 10 ounce beer, you'd be paying $7. That's not even a full beer. So I don't know.
But they announced that from the get go with college games when they started serving alcohol. They
it's gonna be
ra-
expensive.
yeah, they would raise the prices pretty high.
Has it always
It's-
been that high?
Well, I don't know about that high, but I knew it was always higher than what you would usually pay.
I haven't been to see a TCU game in person in a few years.
I haven't been
So I
since
haven't looked
they.
to see what the prices were or how they've gone up.
Because I remember when they didn't serve alcohol at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one,
That
last
was
time I
very
went
weird.
to a TCU game. There was no alcohol being served. I saw a Texas Tech TCU game, and they're throwing tortillas on the field. I'll take these home and use these.
If you want a canned cocktail, so one of those
Hard drinks in a
the
can.
hard drinks,
like Mike's
Yeah.
Hard.
they were $20.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Better have that flask on
Man, in my drinking days, if I went
Water
to that
bottle
game,
full of vodka shoved
that
in
would
your
be my
purse.
highest cost. Would be
Inner
my
thigh.
just beers, especially if I was a TCU fan. I'd just be drowning my sorrows. Beer after beer after
Yeah.
beer.
I used to tape bladders to my inner thigh and then go to the bathroom and release them.
There's
we
so
get
many
out.
tricks being a
so much
girl.
fun.
There's so many places you don't
Well,
necessarily
I'm a guy.
get served.
So,
You're
Prison
like, well, I'm
pocket.
a man.
That's-
no.
that's what- That's what I was
Maybe what-
thinking when she said
ooh.
that. When she said that, that's the
I
first thing
hate
I was
that
thinking.
term.
Prison pocket.
We've been watching 60 Days In.
Clam
and
wallet.
so we recently learned what a prison pocket is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I've been knew what it was.
I never knew.
That's been
I
around.
never knew.
Yeah.
Never knew.
It's like what, a junior high?
I knew, but I didn't know what it was called.
Oh shit.
That's funny.
That
You
is
walked
funny.
yourself into that one though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say clam wallet after he said that. The prison
Both
pocket.
of those
and
are
the clam wallet.
equally as awful, I think.
Yeah, but it gets the job done, right?
Meat locker.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No meat locker.
That's where you store your sausages and your venison and stuff.
Yeah.
In your
Thank you so
meat.
much for having me, guys. I'm just
You're
kidding.
She's out.
So TCU.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you. It was a fun season to
Man, that
Be
Georgia
behind.
team is fucking badass though. That might be one of the best college teams in NCAA history.
They're
They're
I think,
really good.
I think there's different hormones in the food in the SEC schools. Like those guys were gigantic.
It's a slaughter, man.
They just ran
a slaughter.
over. They were so big.
But TCU won the cheerleading competition for sure. What?
I didn't say anything. I'm just looking at you. Just-
Do you agree? What?
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll
I didn't
agree.
get to see much of that.
Oh. I was pausing it. I was just playing.
I mean,
Some things you just don't say in public.
probably about 5 or 6 of them will wind up to be DCC next year.
I bet they
That's
will.
usually what happens. About 5 or 6 come from TCU over to DCC.
I wouldn't be ashamed if I was a TCU fan though. That was a good run. They won
You're
some cool
second in
football
the
games.
country.
and- yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
Wasn't
You-
that the
hell
only
of a
game they
season.
lost?
they won.
Kansas.
Yeah, they
only
lost.
the bowl game
They only
against
had
Kansas.
one loss, right? And
Against
it was
Kansas.
Right.
But you beat Michigan.
They almost got beat by Baylor. They came back last minute, like did that.
They did that
7
4
second field goal.
Yeah, but you beat Michigan. I
That
mean,
was
that's
awesome.
badass enough right there. And you made it to the
Made it to the main
made it
stage.
to the big game.
Yep,
Main stage.
Yeah.
they were the headliners.
Will they
Good
do
job,
it
guys.
again? I don't know.
Huh?
In
That's
a few
hard.
years, everything's going to change up anyway. So
It's hard.
That's
I mean,
true.
You're going to start seeing these blue chip
Super
schools
teams?
get pushed aside as all these other schools have these weird runs. Like,
Yeah, because alumni money.
remember back in the day during the Final Four, like, who the fuck is Gonzaga?
No, Gonzaga's been a beast for a while. Now, if they came and did it in football,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing.
Or who was the other one? There was another weird
Like,
school
Like Mary,
that
like
just
Jesus
came out
and
of
Mary
nowhere,
chain.
and you're in the Final Four, and you're like, wow, that
Yeah.
was neat. How'd they get there?
Yeah. Well,
And then
remember
they
when
started
UTA
doing it all the
got
time.
in? And
Yeah.
I think they got past the like win a couple of rounds, didn't they?
Could they beat the Dallas Wings?
I don't know. Are you hating on UTA or are you hating on the Wings?
Neither. I'm just
confused
wondering
here.
which one's better. They both use the same court.
Sounds like you're lighting up some smoke.
Is there a
with-
home field
with-
advantage? Do
with,
they
the
play each other?
Wings.
Is there ever a game where they play each other?
I want to know, is Detroit's women's WNBA team called the Red Wings?
That joke was made in the chat room like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a reach.
And what is RoboTuner?
We go the long way sometimes.
RoboTuner is also saying that you paid $15
Oh.
for a Miller Lite times 30 at Madison Square Garden.
I
We
have to
did-
say I love
my-
the Puppy
mine-
Bowl.
My yeah, but if you remember, Thomas, I wasn't drinking that much because of the massive quantities of THC that were pumping through my veins.
They have tampon flasks.
Oh,
They do.
Oh, I could see how that could be a
Man,
thing.
if that breaks,
It's
that's,
like
just absorb
boofing.
it.
that is toxic.
it's like boofing.
shock. Hardcore.
it's like boofing a beer.
That
What
is
is-
bad.
I don't even know if I want to ask what boofing a beer is.
Well,
your butt.
you're close.
Okay,
What we
that's
were
all I
talking
had to
about.
know.
It's yeah,
I mean,
it's
I'll
basically
just be
doing a
like,
beer bong up your butt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And but you got to
Spicy.
watch it because people die that way
Oh
because
my
like it's immediately in your system, your bloodstream. So you can a lot of people get alcohol poisoning by boofing pills and alcohol.
True.
True story.
Look it up.
I probably won't Google it.
Don't. So, Mr. Joe,
Yes, sir.
how are you tonight?
I'm warming up.
Good.
I'm warming up. Yeah, I had a nice nap earlier.
Good. Waking up, getting going, getting loose.
So,
I mean, we asked you to come on your show or on our show, not on your show.
uh,
We asked you to
Not
come
my
on our show
Guys.
because of your vast knowledge of the geopolitical climate in Brazil. And we know all hell broke loose out there this week, and we figured you could fill us in.
Oh,
Brazil.
yeah.
I saw.
such the
I
activist.
probably saw like 20 seconds of that footage.
Oh, you saw as much as I did.
Yeah.
Sweet. So when you
And I was like, wow.
that's pretty
And
crazy.
it looked.
That's neat.
I mean,
There are some crazy ass videos coming out, but they didn't have a guy with horns
Yeah,
at
they did.
theirs.
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
they
see any.
Oh, they
freaking
pics-
did.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
did.
see any pitchforks or ropes. We were
No.
Yeah? I haven't seen anything either about it, but I heard they.
I didn't
they,
see anything burning.
Yeah. Do they have a Brazilian steakhouse on campus?
They just had a guy walking around with a big chunk of meat,
Like
and when people get hungry,
you gotta have it.
You got to raise the flag.
You gotta raise the flag. Yeah.
Just
And
walking around
Or
with
the green
apparently-
side, green side out.
There was a bunch of guys waving flags, so that guy was busy.
Did anybody die?
like in ponchos.
Was there any deaths?
I don't know if there were any deaths or not.
Yeah.
So we still win the insurrection battle then against Brazil, right? Because we had a death. We had like
It was
three,
a
didn't
few-
we?
Yeah, it was like
Look,
3 or
Three or
4
four.
Like
deaths.
2 or 3
Yeah.
people died.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I thought you were joking.
No,
Look, they did have a horn guy.
oh wow,
no.
it's Neymar.
Is Stink Flamingo gonna do a song?
wow.
They should. No, there was
So
a
they're
picture.
like Brazilian Trumpies?
Is this real?
Yes, that's real. 100% real. That's real. No, I photoshopped it up earlier. Look closely at your
Is he gonna
face.
pay him royalties? The original horn guy?
He's going to send him a cease
Horns?
and desist
Yeah.
in Portuguese.
I can't understand this. It's in Portuguese.
That's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
That is hilarious.
I'll do it
Wow.
the cheap way of showing.
So it's not just
yeah.
America.
Yeah, we're not the only ones that are batshit crazy.
There's the
Good.
Brazilian guy. But yeah, well, he had to have copycatted totally, right? Been like, I saw
I'm
that
sure
guy
it's
down
an
in America.
inspiration
you
or
know,
something.
Yeah. Where did he get the bison horns?
What are they
from?
so upset about? Or,
They have them down there?
yeah. Well, they had bull ride down
Mm.
there. They're the best bull riders in the world.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
maybe they
true.
just wrangled
All
some
the
up
good
and chopped them off. And we're like, here,
bull
now we
riders
got our
come from.
outfit. What was the
Amazon.
fight about? Like
I have no idea. I don't know.
What's better?
Me,
soccer or
we saw 20 seconds,
Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
probably.
They're like, no, we were known for soccer. No, we are known for jiu-jitsu.
You sound like those subtitles on Japanese movies when they try to dub over.
How come they don't show those anymore? Like that used to be on Channel 21 every Saturday and Sunday, or it was either Saturday or Sunday. They'd have like 4 hours of those badass kung fu video or TV shows or movies. I can't talk.
Can I make an announcement along this kung fu?
Yeah.
Flick. Netflix just added the Raid and Raid 2 to the library, and I watched the Raid 2 again the other night.
I will watch that tonight. I had no idea.
I haven't seen that.
Indonesian.
Pretty violent.
Martial arts that is probably the most hardcore badass shit you've ever seen.
Shooting too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
What's
we're
his
talking
name?
like Muay Thai.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was the guy that was in Star Wars. He was in The Force Awakens. Iowa Centauri, something like that. I can't remember. But he's a complete badass. He's the Bruce Lee of this generation. Freaking incredible. And he's been like in the Expendables movies.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's freaking awesome. Yeah. Ikoa Uwais.
I don't think I've seen the second one. I think I've only seen the first one.
That's the one that starts out. He goes to prison to get
Mhm.
close to the mob's son, and they have the big fight in the prison yard while it's raining and it's full of mud, and it turns into complete chaos.
Yeah.
God, it's so good.
Okay.
Worth watching. The Raid is awesome. The Raid Redemption, and then the Raid 2. Both badass movies. But we got on the weird Brazil kick, and that was not the point of that. You're actually in here to talk about yourself.
I mean, talk about whatever.
We could talk about Brazilian movies and raids.
Yeah,
and
I wish they showed more about it because the only thing.
Let's see.
I always see random stuff like Salt Bay getting canceled from the. Getting banned from the World Cup type shit.
What is Brazil
Yeah,
so
they
upset
don't-
about?
they
All I
just
could
don't
see
show
is
enough.
like something about
It's the
their
presidency.
leader,
Yeah.
something about electoral fraud.
The election didn't go like it was the same thing that happened here. The president that was in power said
That's-
that the
okay,
election was
see?
frauds.
That's
The
why
only
we
thing
just
is-
everybody needs to go back to paper like thumbprints. It's case closed.
I didn't even know they had a democracy over there.
I didn't
No, that's
either.
what I was saying. I think their government's
I
set
thought
up
they
a
just
little
partied.
bit different, where they don't have as many like rights and
I
stuff.
thought everything was about
Oh.
either butt implants or butt lifts.
Mm.
Don't they have?
Yeah, I see
Carnival?
more of that than
Mm-hmm.
that.
What is their? Yeah, it's Carnival when they're
Yeah.
all.
Maybe
yeah,
that's
there's
their
a lot
fight
of butt lifts on that parade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I'm telling you though, the way to solve it, thumbprint.
we just thumbprint everything.
Just go back to the old school
Yeah.
days where and then that's your
I
vote.
mean-
you vote yes or no or whatever.
Everybody's worried. The police department already has half of our fingerprints anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Not
right?
mine.
I don't think they have mine. If they do, they probably didn't keep them.
They got mine.
Mine might have been expunged by now. Is there
No.
a statute of limitations on how long they have them?
No,
10
man, they
years?
put you in that database forever now. You're done.
Yeah, if it's,
They'll tell you.
Yeah, if it's recorded, it's recorded.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
recorded.
probably is.
Unless some.
They probably give them
Yeah.
feds.
I guess
Some
that's how they
kinda
solve
data
cold
breach.
cases. And
Did y'all?
stuff.
Did you hear about that? Not to chase a rabbit. I know we're trying to get to JOE, but the Moscow, Idaho, or was it Iowa? Did we ever figure that out?
It's
the
Idaho.
murders. Did you hear that the dude might have gone to the memorial? Like they're thinking there could be some footage of him actually. How creepy is that? Actually going to the memorials and stuff of the victims.
He went back the next morning.
That happens
Yeah.
more than you would think. Because
Yeah,
I
that's a
think it
serial
makes
killer
people
thing, isn't
think
it?
that like, oh,
It's like their trophy kind
of course I wouldn't do this, so nobody would suspect me to be here, right?
Yeah, but he didn't have any. Like they haven't really said what the link is. They said there is one link to one of the girls, but they haven't said what it was. But yeah, I could see what you're saying. If you wanted to, if people knew that you had a relationship with this person, then obviously you would go because no one's sick enough to kill so and so and then come to the.
Exactly.
But I don't think that that's this guy's case. I think it's more of a trophy thing for him. He wanted to go
Weird, like some Dexter stuff.
big time.
You sure he wasn't
Dude's
going to just
weird.
show up and jump up on the... Never mind.
It's gotta
Just-
piss
I
on your
just went
No,
grave,
way
continue.
dark.
Continue.
I went way
Continue.
dark.
Continue.
You said trophy, and the thing that went through my head was the Predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
He showed up at the funeral to collect the trophy,
Right,
to
right,
take
right,
it back
right.
with him to his car and not his
Yeah.
spaceship.
I don't know. People do strange things, man.
Yeah, they
People
do.
do strange
What's up?
things.
Have we heard why this guy freaking killed his grandson in Richland Hills?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
Have they
That was
said what his
wild.
problem was?
I think his was a mental health issue.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
meth.
if you see a
Because
picture
something
of this
happened
guy,
and he like waved down
He
an
did.
officer and
you
was
see a
like,
picture of this guy, you're like, oh yeah, he did that shit.
no, yeah, I know
I think he
he
was a billiard
called them to himself.
patron. That's terrible. Why would the parents put that type of someone with that messed up of a head around a kid? They should be held accountable too, man.
They had
But I
Zelda to
mean-
play.
Do you take offense to that? I would. Dude.
You're fine, guys.
Oh man, Zelda.
Oh, Zelda.
Yeah, that guy looked. He did. I think he was method acting for sure. Like he played the role of
Yeah.
a psycho. I was thinking psycho or meth. But
Or
did they
Tom
finally
Hanks
say
in
that
new
it was a
TV show
mental
that's
issue?
coming
Is
out.
that what they said it was?
That's what I'm
Or-
assuming.
Yeah, I figured meth.
Maybe a little bit of both.
You look like Frank Gallagher, low key.
Hey,
Oh, no.
he looked a lot like Frank Gallagher. Now that you say that, holy shit.
All right, we're not gonna.
The guy in Idaho, though, that guy looks creepy as
He
fuck.
looks like Dennis from It's Always Sunny. Every time I see him, I'm like Dennis.
That guy is messed up looking.
Yeah, but don't kill people. It's not cool. I don't recommend it.
True.
And then there was another one in McKinney.
What the hell?
Well,
We're just going to go
getting
down
back
the murder trail.
No, but I don't think we talked about this one last week. There was one in McKinney too. Some dude killed his 9-year-old son or something or grandson. Something.
This is exciting. This is the happy. This is such
yeah,
a
what
happy place.
DFW's become the
Murder.
place where you come to kill your grandkids?
Maybe they just want people to stop moving here, so they're pushing it to the top of the news.
Well, maybe they're onto something then.
Then there was a shooting at Dick's Sporting Goods up here.
Was there really?
Yeah. I had a couple of coworkers see that go down. A guy hit another guy, and then they chased each other to
Oh,
the parking
yeah.
lot and stopped
It
in
was a
front of
road
Dick's.
rage thing,
Yeah, a
wasn't
road
it?
rage thing.
And the guy that hit him took off. The guy chased him and then shot the guy.
But the guy that hit initially jumped out of the
Got
car
killed.
and went after the guy he hit, and the guy he hit was
Was
carrying
ready.
also.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And
I
they
didn't.
just-
I didn't read all that. I just heard.
That's
It turned into a pop
Headline.
fest.
yeah,
I just drive now assuming everyone's got a gun.
Yeah.
It keeps
Same.
me
That's
keeps
what
me
you
in
gotta
check.
do.
You're like,
Yeah.
Road
keeps
rage
me-
scares me because I'm a bad
Right.
driver.
Yeah.
I don't
Well.
need anybody coming up on me.
yeah. Road
that's the thing that
rage.
sucks is you've seen videos of people like even poor innocent people like I'm sorry I didn't mean that and people lose their shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, road rage and disgruntled employees.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're the worst. They're screwing everything up. It's like that and Catholic priests.
Well, I don't blame the disgruntled employees because corporate America now sucks. And they don't even give your employees freaking Christmas parties or
yeah,
bonuses.
but imagine if
so-
you were at that
Corporate
Walmart and
America's
you're just
tough.
in there taking a break, like you're high, and you just came in from your car and you just want to chill and eat some mac and cheese, and some dude comes in just blasting because he's pissed because of some dipshit manager
This
that
is for
said
you,
one
Karen.
right. You're like, oh fuck,
if
I
a
just
guy-
want my mac and cheese.
if you're
man."
at work and a guy comes rolling in with a briefcase,
he didn't have a briefcase. The Walmart shooter. I don't think he had a briefcase.
I work
I'm
in an
just
office,
saying.
so like everybody has briefcases.
I would never trust one of those briefcases.
Do y'all remember back when
be
E-bomb
an
was a
MP5.
thing and those guys?
E-bombs world.
yeah.
Oh, man, that's
Oh,
There was
God.
some road rage. This guy got on this guy's tail and was like, and all of a sudden the guy pulled over and it was like a bunch of Ukrainian and Russian like gangsters, and all of a sudden they bust out like Uzis and freaking like MP5s, and they're all like, "What?" The guy
What do
just
you want?
runs off the road. Immediately runs off the road.
Ugh.
He's like, I'll just crash myself.
Oh man, I accidentally hit. I'm sorry. I was accidentally hitting.
I did.
It
I-
slipped.
You know,
I was eating my cheeseburger and it
the
slipped.
light was red for 10 seconds and you didn't go.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I just wanted you to know that the
Yeah.
the light was green.
It's all they did too. They just all showed their weapons. They're like, "Look, you moron!" And the guy just ran off the road.
I was driving down the road one
Sorry.
day and I looked in the rearview mirror and this Volkswagen van comes flying up on me and a guy had a rocket launcher.
We outside a mall.
The fuck?
Run for it, Marty!
I was like, I gotta hit 88 miles an
Run
hour.
for it,
Did
Marty!
you switch lanes? Just calmly get over it.
Went towards the photo
Run
booth.
for it, Marty! Yeah, it's crazy, man. You got to watch out the road.
You
You
gotta
know, it's
watch
funny.
out.
On my way over here, they said that the only crime statistic in
Iranians.
Dallas. Is it Libyans?
It
or
was the
Iranians?
Libyans. It
We
was
need
the
to look it
Libyans.
up.
It was the Libyans.
Anyway, but they said that the only thing
Libyans.
that had jumped up in Dallas County this year or 2022 was road rage.
I believe
Like
it.
road rage is going through the roof. Scary because we're one of the most armed states in the country. It's like all these hotheads just running around looking for beef, podcast beef.
Podcast beef. Don't start one called Dallas Famous.
Mm,
It's not right.
no,
My last input on this, then I'm done with this topic. Kids with weapons, just going out, shooting in
6-year-old.
the air, shooting
Just
having
traffic
guns.
signs and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that. Like
Grabbing their.
insane. I think
that's-
just one just got shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a dog.
Sounds like coyotes.
Yeah, it might
We
be.
do have them. And there was one in the backyard behind here that my dog
did kinda
decided
sound like a
to
coyote.
square off with the other night.
Wow.
That was interesting.
How'd you break that one up? The
They
water
were-
hose?
No, they were staring at each other through the fence, and I was like,
Oh,
Roxy, what's going
they
on?
didn't come to blows.
Shine a little flashlight back there. A little coyote.
Surprised you didn't put a silencer on.
I saw a coyote this morning outside my office chasing cats through the parking lot.
I
That was
saw a
interesting.
huge one in Flower Mound a few months ago.
Coyote?
Yeah, I was
Oh.
like, oh my gosh,
sure.
like they're eating well in Flower Mound.
Yeah.
There's big ones in Crowley.
Yeah, they're
They
getting,
travel in packs.
it's sad because they're depending on like dumpsters. and st- Like they don't have anywhere to hunt anymore.
Like the
So-
leftover Little Caesars
Right,
in the dumpster.
exactly.
Well, when my neighborhood has rabbits everywhere, you come home like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, whatever, and you're cruising the neighborhood, the yards will be full of rabbits. So we have coyotes and foxes all through here. Like I'll catch them on the cameras
Oh,
all
they're
the
like
time.
dinner.
Yeah, they just have rabbits everywhere to eat.
Man, I'm glad she didn't get in that fight. How big was the coyote you saw?
Not
Was
that
it-
big. I
Oh,
mean,
she would have won it.
Oh yeah, she would have killed it.
Should let her have it.
She probably just
Did
would
the
have.
lady come out topless? What's going on out here? What's going on?
What a
And
neighbor.
now I gotta explain that story and take up time. The lady that
What's
lives
going
back
on?
here, over here, years and years and years ago, she had 2 big dogs, and they got in a fight with the dogs next door through the fence, and they're all yelping. And I was working in here, had the door open like this, like tonight, because it's a beautiful night. It's January
Beautiful
10th,
Very
and
nice.
it's 80 degrees outside, but whatever. And I hear the dogs fighting, and then all of a sudden I hear 2 ladies fighting, and I'm like, what the hell? Well, the lady that lived next door at the time was yelling at my neighbor, and I walked over to see what was going on and make sure everything was cool and the dogs didn't like kill each other or something. And I look over the fence, and the lady that lives back here is just topless. She'd been mowing the lawn,
Oh, interesting.
and that's what she does.
Mowing the lawn topless.
So I was like, ladies, it's all right. It's all right. They're dogs. Let the dogs be dogs. And I was like, the hell? Because it all clicked, like what was
Yeah.
going on. It's like, it's all good. And then they yep back and forth, and she just went back to mowing.
Yeah, we were in a
That
band.
seems
then.
dangerous.
We were in a
Hmm,
band
right?
then, and I
That-
was like, every
I mean,
week.
guys mow with their shirts off, right?
Yeah, true.
That's a thing, right?
But
She knew there were, but this is chain link fences here, though.
She knew what
about
she
that,
was
yeah.
doing.
So we were in a band then, and every week, is it time to do the yard? I don't know, man. Well, if it is, then we can jam.
yeah,
Because you
Matt.
said
Matt would look over the fence and measure the grass. Be like, all right, she's gonna
It's time
come
to
out
yard.
Band
She'll be out
practice next
tomorrow.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. Yard's getting high up back here, ma'am.
I'll come out and mow it. Someone did see her because they thought I was full of shit. It may have been Ted. Was like, "You're full of shit. That's no way that happened." And I was like, "No." And then we heard the mower, and I was like, "Yeah, go look." And he's like, "You fucking for real? She's out there topless
I-
mowing."
Yeah, I think you you pointed her out to me once, but she
She
went
did
top. She had
gardening and
she had
shit.
a tank top with no bra on, and she was
Yeah.
all like going like all these different directions and stuff.
That's what happens when you have no support.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is correct, yes.
just everywhere.
yeah.
Anyway, back
Back-
to our guest.
Back to our guest. How long have you been rapping, man? Like
2 weeks.
in front of people. I know you've probably been doing
in
it since
front
you
of
were a little
people?
kid. Yeah.
It's still a good chunk. Seriously, since like 2014.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you're almost into it for 10 years, man. Full on.
You've got a pretty fat catalog out there, which is awesome.
Yeah, he let me listen to some older stuff too before you guys came over.
I gotta say, we gotta sit down and maybe talk about your drinking problem.
Uh-oh.
This is actually an intervention.
It's an intervention.
Speaking of my drinking problem,
You need one?
I was just about to
Yeah,
say.
sorry. I'm being a bad host.
I'll just take anything. If you got another IPA in there, anything IPA.
I'll just
No,
take
you've
another
got
Yingling.
you've got a pretty great theme going with all these releases, and I love it. I've been watching it and noticing that every release you've got coming out is somehow inspired by liquid beer in general.
Mm-hmm.
And what made you want to go that route? Because it's genius.
Well, to break it down in a simple manner, I talk about what I do in real life. This is what I do in real life. So I am a big fan of the craft beer movement, culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a fan first before I even started rapping about it. So
What brought you into craft beer? What's what's your go-to?
I mean, when I came in, or when I was getting, I mean, once I,
want to give up one of the 120s.
Do you want a 120?
Would you like to have a 120?
You want a 120?
yes, sir.
We'll give you a 120.
And I'll take it.
Thank you.
The first time I'm
Um,
giving one away.
So once I really started getting curious into it, I started out basic, Shinerbach, boom. Actually, it was Ziegenbach. Started with Ziegenbach because it was cheap. I was at the chat room, Magnolia. Ziegenbach was one of their cheap beers on tap. So cool, drinking that, and then upgraded to Shinerbach, and then started drinking Shiner Black, and then after that.
Shiner Black. I miss Shiner Black.
I
And
forgot
then
about
actually
Black.
just started going to breweries after that. Thank you very
There
much.
you go.
Started going to breweries after that. So the first breweries I went to was RAR and Martin House on the same day. I got totally trashed.
That's me
As
at Division Street.
That will happen.
And ever since that happened, I've been going. I went religiously every week for 2 years. At least 2 years straight, like
Yeah.
never missed a week.
Like just hop between Martin House and RAR?
Yeah, it was like Saturdays. Like the Saturdays was the thing. Like
That's so awesome.
and then
Did you ever do any shows at Martin House?
not then. I was just a fan, you know.
Yeah.
And then I started meeting everybody and who worked there, and then all the people always come out every weekend. And then like I didn't even tell nobody I did music, honestly.
Mhm.
And then people just get curious, like, Joe, what do you do? What do you do? Da da da. I was like, oh, I rap. Da da. You know, I do this, do that. Like, where can we hear your stuff? And then at that time, I had dropped the EP, which is called Craft Brew.
Mhm.
I had a copy on me. I gave it to a guy at RAR, and I was like, cool. And then a couple weeks passed, and they're like, yeah. They found me on Facebook. They're like, yo, we've been passing your CD around. I'm like, okay, that's dope. You know,
Passing around
they're
the
like,
promo.
real dope stuff. What are you doing on 420?
Oh shit.
And shout out my homie Caleb. Like he's the one that hit me.
What were you
up.
doing on 420? If you don't mind me asking?
I was actually.
Why
mean-
that date?
I
Out of
mean,
all dates.
well, apparently RAR was big known for like their glass, their
Yeah.
pint glasses on 420.
They-
So
I used to have a collection of RAR pint
Yeah.
glasses.
and
Lost them in a divorce.
So I was like, cool, whatever. I got to meet, the staff and stuff. One of the guys who actually does all the glasses. Shout out Jeff Wood. He does all the designs for the cans and the glasses. Creative director. With who I'm real good friends with. Met him and yeah, man, it's just like that was the first time I ever did RAR. It was 2016, 420, 2016. Over 2,000 people came out. I was drunk. Don't remember most of it. But
did you perform well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
how did everyone?
How'd
did
that
everyone
go?
do
is
it?
really good.
apparently I did
You
really
blew it away.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently I did really good because ever since then I performed there like every month for like 2-3 years straight,
nice.
and then every other brewery followed after that.
So we'll say Raw and Martin House are your home base.
Big facts.
What's your favorites away from there?
Hop Fusion.
Yeah,
Love hop.
I'm there every week, just about.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's your go-to? This is such a cliche question. What's your go-to craft right now? What are you geeking out on?
Basically, I just have a favorite style. I haven't found that favorite beer, I guess.
The IPAs, the double IPAs.
Mainly just regular, like hazies lately hazies as of lately. West
Coast
West Coast,
IPAs
West
are
Coast.
amazing.
Back to Aurora, I was the poster boy for Daggum IPA when they came out with that. So
And that is all a mistake.
What? Dadgum?
IPAs in
IPAs.
general.
IPAs.
Oh,
period,
yeah,
but
the way
then
they
the
came up-
hazies
the
are
hazies.
real big Mac.
Yeah.
They're all a mistake. And like, oh, let's.
I'm firmly
let's see what
against
this works.
IPAs.
It's weird because I was too until I started. When it's kind of like when you start drinking whiskey or wine, it's the same thing. When you have a good IPA, and it kind of sets its part itself from the or it sets itself apart from the rest. That's when you start getting into IPAs. Because sometimes, like when the IPA craze was coming up, remember that stuff we had from Oklahoma that was just
The prairie.
right. It was like this is
prairie
just
stuff was bad. It was
Yeah.
like drinking a flower bed.
It all
Right.
tastes like Home Depot smells.
But then
That's
if
the only
you,
way I can describe
when
it.
Well,
Ballast
some
Point
people think
was
Home Depot smells sexy. So
what?
I mean, it doesn't smell bad. I don't want to eat plywood though.
Did you
that
find
pressure
on
treated?
Reddit?
I don't want to eat plywood.
Did you find that on Reddit?
there's a whole sexy Home Depot. Reddit.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
There's
anyway,
all sorts of Home Depot fan fiction
back
on
to the
Reddit.
IPAs though. I think when, but then all of a sudden you'll have like a Ballast. Back when Ballast Point was Ballast Point, and you have something like something real good, or that
Scalping.
yeah, you're like, oh, this badass sculpin is like amazing. And then you go back and you'll try another IPA, like, okay, so this I can taste that this is a better made beer. And then you start getting into the awards and everything, and it becomes a thing.
Have you had any of the big boys? If you go East Coast, the Heady Topper from Vermont, or the West Coast, the Russian River Pliny the Elder.
Well, Pliny the Elder sounds familiar. Far as the other one,
Dr.
no.
Jekyll's used to have it on tap for quite a while.
Okay.
That was the only place I really know around here that
DFW?
had it on tap. Everywhere else, you had to get it in a bottle. And honestly, the only time I've ever had it in a bottle was
Does it come in a bomber?
Big Bomber.
Division, man, they put out some
Used to
good
have it out
stuff.
there.
Do you go to Division?
Man, I haven't been in Division. Last time I took, it's probably been like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I've been to Division. I took my dad.
Yeah, their QC will get you in trouble sometimes because their label will say you're drinking a 7% or something,
And it
but
turns out it to be like a 10.
yeah,
I like their beer. Actually,
yeah, it's
I like
but they
their
got good. Like I like the dudes too, and like it's in Arlington, so that makes it even more rad.
That's all they
but
got left down there, right? Yeah.
right now.
Legal. Is someone taking over Legal, aren't they?
Bishop Cider.
Bishop.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I think they're turning into another cidercade.
I think so too. Yeah. Which is weird because Free Play's
didn't
right
know
there too.
that.
So
Well, that's
right down
cool.
the street, or right
I think they're
across the
closing.
river.
I think they're closing another location. Free Play.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about Manhattan Project? They got the Half Life. That's a good IPA.
Half Life is
Double
good.
Half-Life.
Yeah, double Half Life.
Now they got the quarter too. That's not as high of ABV, but it's really good.
I think that's the only ones I really drink. Half Life and their Pilsner.
Yeah. I think honestly, Manhattan Project's IPA locally is the best right now of the craft breweries. I haven't tried anything from Rollertown. I don't even know if they have an IPA yet, but so far, like right now, the last 2 years, everything I drink Manhattan Project wise, as far as IPAs go, it's killer.
I like everything I've had from Manhattan Project. I've liked. It's all tasted really, really good. The place over here in Euless, my brother-in-law is a gigantic IPA guy, and he used to live up in New York. And that's how I got the Heady Topper. Was his local shop, if you spent so much, they would give you a bottle of Hetty Topper.
Oh, wow.
Because that shop would drive down to Vermont. That's the only place you could buy it. And they would buy a bunch of them and bring them back. And then they would give the cans away. And he had a whole bunch of the cans saved up because he was buying so much crap. But I had one, and it was freaking amazing. And that's like, though that one used to be like, would fight for between 1 and 2 with Pliny the Elder. Those two would
Yeah.
go back and forth on all the beer stuff. And I was not a fan of IPAs. Yeah, Susie. I was not a fan of IPAs until I
True,
had
Susie.
the Hetty Topper, and it reset my
Yeah.
palate, and I was like, this is freaking amazing. This is so good.
So how was
But that prairie stuff, I can't drink any
the
prairie
I don't
stuff.
think they're still around. Prairie Dog or
No,
was
it
it-
was just called Prairie, and they
Was
had
it?
they released the Prairie Bomb every year and stuff. Last
are
time
they still
I checked,
around?
I don't know.
Because I know Coop
post
is Coop
COVID.
even still around. And the with the F didn't they have the F1 or the F2? F3?
I don't know, but the place in Euless, Turning Point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Turning Point.
Shout out to the homies over at Turning Point.
Yeah, that's my brother-in-law. I've had a few beers from there. I've drank there one day, but he says that's probably the best IPAs in DFW are coming out of that joint.
False Idol too.
Yeah, we got them right down the street.
Yeah.
False Idol.
I
So-
like the stuff I've had from False Idol. I like too, but it's been like their ciders.
Being a fan,
They're sour.
it's funny. A rapper that's a fan of IPAs because man, I'm telling you, some of these IPAs, like, are you ever just up there about to like, you're in 2 songs, and rapping you have to be on beat. You have to pronounce your syllables like pretty spot on, or you can get thrown off pretty quick.
And they just
Is there
fall
ever a
apart.
time you've been up there and you're just like, man, I think I might be too fucked up on this one? Like that. I think that would happen a lot to me if I was an IPA drinker and a rapper. Like that.
I mean, usually if I get to that point, I just stick to what I know. It's not. I don't like. Usually, I've been at points where I was just like, not necessarily slurring. It's just like, all right, I'll do the song, and then I'm like, it's basically what comes
Instrumental
out.
time.
Yeah. Well, it's basically
Or like a freestyle.
It's basically I'll
Freestyle.
pick
There you
I'll
go.
pick and choose my battles after that. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, skip this
was gonna say,
song,
like,
skip this song.
the
This
Oh,
one's
okay.
more.
DJ Lazy
This one's
comes
more
in.
slower.
Yeah.
This one's more slower.
We're
and
gonna
I-
do the slow dance
Yeah.
version of
I
this one.
joked at the beginning of the show about that verse in your new song.
how do you do that fucked
You did
up?
the video for Focus.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that fucked up on a bunch of IPAs,
It's highly impressive.
can you?
You can.
I can do a lot.
I feel
I
like
can
you
do a
enjoy
lot under
watching
the
the
influence.
challenge to him.
That
Like you
would-
enjoy
I-
watching.
I
him.
mean-
It's so
How's
funny
he
watching him
doing?
get drunk
if you
throughout
ever-
the night.
Usually when I do gigs, I do at least an hour worth of material, hour and a half, because I have so much material. I have about 5 hours worth of material, but yeah, if usually gigs I do, we'll do like a 3-hour gig. It's just me and a DJ, and we'll do it halfway. It's like I'll do about hour and a half worth of material, but
Yeah.
I'll stretch it out. But still, it's a lot.
So sometimes you'll pull an audible though and be like, "Hey, tonight
yeah.
I can't do this one. We gotta go with the."
Well, of course, I don't let the crowd know that.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, I just go.
You don't pull the old cut this mid track. Let's go to the next.
I
one.
can't.
Oh, I
this
do that.
one
I do that too all
You
the
do.
time.
Yeah,
I do
okay,
that
I was
too.
gonna say.
So
You
let me
just
ask
kind
you.
of read the crowd, and you're just like, no.
No.
So
cut
what
that.
about the writing? Do you find that you write you write better lyrics and stuff when you're drinking heavily, or was it?
I kind of do. I kind of do
smoking weed.
I kind of do the reward system
Oh,
to where I do it,
I like
and then
that.
I'm like, all right, cool.
I'm gonna have a beer.
Yeah, I earned a beer.
It's actually a good way of doing things.
You know,
Yes.
that is a good way of writing things. I wish bands would do that more often. And not just show up fucked up and be like, let's write an album.
Yeah. Let's order pizza.
I mean, you got to trust the process, but
Yeah.
that's what I feel has worked for me.
That's a good.
No,
I
that's
like
a
the
good way to
reward
do it.
system. I do that on Call of Duty too. I'll be like, if I level up this gun real quick, I'm gonna have a beer.
Yeah.
Then it turns to 30.
Yeah.
And then I piss my pants and forget my last name.
But then you're a master on your game, right?
Yeah.
I'm just a terrible person.
Yeah.
That's funny. What about your rap and your lyrical content? It's all over the place, right? Do you have one specific song about one beer that you've really gotten into, or
Not yet. I kind of cuz being black and being,
what?
being
I'm sorry.
a person of color, POC.
What?
You are?
What?
I kind of keep it generic for people who don't understand beer. That way, there's like for because I've met there's other craft rap. We call it
Craft
craft
rappers?
craft rap.
That's badass.
That is
And,
badass. I want to be a craft rapper.
I want to
Um,
hear the other ones.
And I've heard some stuff, and they get real technical with it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. I love it. Like they'll name breweries and certain beers, and like processing the process of making beer, stuff like that. And I was like, that's dope. Me for my for now for my crowd, a lot of people introducing it too. So I try to keep it generic, to where it's just like, oh, just I try to make my own like slang to it, and I try to if I say if I'm gonna name a beer, usually I'll just say what type it is, or I never usually drop actual name bombs yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get that
until-
sponsorship
and-
money.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
mean that too,
There
and
you
then
go.
until I get
That's
a
how you
bigger
do
fan
it.
base where people are more familiar to what I'm talking about. and-
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you gone to the big game up in Denver? The old
Oh
ABF?
man, not yet. Definitely on. I mean, of course, I want to perform there. That's on the bucket list.
Perform with Atmosphere.
So GABF, get
Yeah.
at me. Anybody else? Anybody who has ties to GABF, plug me in.
That is I happened to be in that city when that was going down. I couldn't go because tickets were all sold out and all sorts of shit. But yeah, that's pretty freaking chaotic. And what the city does is pretty damn awesome. Like just the availability of beers from all over the country, just all of a sudden, like everybody just rolls
Yeah.
into town. It's like, here, you want some shit? Here's this.
The
here's
South
that.
by
Here we go."
Southwest of beer.
That's what it is.
And
That's what it is.
Colorado's
It's crazy.
like right there with Texas as far as breweries being everywhere. They might have
Yeah.
even more than
I think they
than,
do.
than Texas.
I mean, that shit
Oh
exploded.
yeah, Colorado's
up there.
like over. It's like 240, 230, something like. It's over 200.
I went to when I was when I was visiting Jeff up in Castle Rock. They just had like a how we'll get food trucks and some music going and stuff. There must have been like 7 local breweries, and they were all freaking delicious too. It's
In
a
one
good place to
year,
like craft beer for sure.
In Pagosa Springs, we used to go up there every winter. That like 1 year there were 2 liquor stores, one on each side of town, and then the next year we went up, there were now like 4 liquor stores and like 7 different little
Breweries and
and
They
they're
all have
like in little
delicious
houses
food.
and stuff, and yeah, they're serving food. They're
It's like
they're
they
full
hire
tap
chefs.
houses
Little
and stuff, and they
micros.
were awesome
Yeah.
little micros, and they weren't being distributed. You had to go to there to
Mhm.
get whatever they wanted, and
Yeah.
they'd fill your
Like your little jug.
growlers, and yeah.
Have you done
pretty
a
awesome.
show up there at all up in Colorado?
Not yet. Of course, I've been up there. We spent me and a friend. Shout out my boy Mikey. He works for he works for Panther Island Brewing. We went up there for 5 days, something like 4 or 5 days. I don't know. Out of that 4 days, we hit 12 breweries.
Yeah.
And like just going to trying to get to one brewery, you pass like 10.
Yeah.
So you're just like, whoa, hold
Yeah,
up.
And the thing is that you go into
They're in a
vacation
hole in the
mode. You go up there, you're like, I gotta try every
Yeah,
single
it's like a
thing on
little
the
bar.
wall.
It's more like a little bar, like a little bar.
Yeah.
You know, a little hole. You don't even know if it is a brewery. It's just like it look like a little bar or something.
Well, and that was what was weird. Like the last time I was up there, and True had opened, True Brewing, and was like a little hole in the wall. Like it was just kind of mixed in with everything where they were. I was like, what the hell? Now they're all fancy and everything and way bigger, but yeah, Austin same way. There was so much good stuff down there and around there.
Yeah.
the Mecca used to be down there. Jester King, that used to be the place to go to and hang out. Now it's
Now it's
kinda-
like Jurassic Park. They're making it a whole
Yeah.
tourist attraction.
Yeah.
it's kind of weird now. And their
That's
beers
the way
got
everything
weird.
in Austin is. It's like all of a sudden that what used to be cool is like, meh.
It's getting very saturated
It is.
and super. Oh my gosh, when we went to Austin, when was it, in March?
Yeah, around my birthday.
Yeah, we just like went down 6th Street just a little bit. And it was like all sorts of bum fights and it was crazy.
Yeah, that's always been there.
Yeah, we
bum fights.
This is
But
hilarious.
but the it's the like I find Austin now, it's almost like you're not even in Texas at this point. It's not even the weird part of Texas. It's like
Right.
you're not even in Texas at this
Right.
point. That's what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember we took my friend for the first time. He drives to Houston all the time because his parents live in Houston. And I was like, bro, you never been to Austin? I was like, you pass it up like 3 million times. So we finally went, and then the first time we hit 6th Street, we're just walking, looking for a spot to chill at, and then we just see this guy, two homeless guys. One's like following the other, and he's just yelling, and the guy in front of him, he's just like yelling back at him. He's like, "Stop following me! Stop following me!"
Like little kids.
And somehow the guy just gets close, and we're like probably like 2 feet away from him, and the guy just turns around and just clocks him in the face.
Like right there in the front.
Well, our executive producer witnessed a murder between two homeless
Holy
people one day,
shit.
like 6 p.m. on the way home from work or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't play down there.
Keeping it weird,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, but like, man, yeah, but definitely every time I go, there's more,
More Austin.
yeah.
Have you gone to any of the other big places here in Texas, like down to Shiner?
I haven't. My roommate Ben. I haven't been to Shiner yet. Another one I want to check out is what's that one?
Bishop, or St. Arnold?
No, there's
Where in
there's a
Austin?
one that has
Or Houston.
it's one that has it's basically like a big ass German compound.
Oh,
Whoa.
Allstat.
Yes,
Yeah, Allstat's
that
supposed to
shit
be
looks
really good.
beautiful.
Well, they kind of got kicked in the nuts by COVID, but they had plans to build like a whole, like almost like oil field towns do, where they build housing for a community to come in and work. That was their original plan. Was not just the resort there, but they were about to start building like units for people to move into, so they could come and work and they could hit the production demands.
Mhm.
Because those kegs, Allstott kegs, are still so well priced. Like if you see someone jacking up prices on Allstott beer, any breweries or not breweries, I'm sorry, any bars, you need to tell them, hey, dude, come on, man. I know the prices of that. They're off, and they have they're one of the breweries that has a true like Hefeweizen. The way they brew is it's other breweries say they have a Hefe, but it's not done the way they do them in Germany and stuff. And Allstott actually shipped in all the equipment, all the ingredients, everything is from Germany. So it's basically like Germany just took a flying saucer, came down to Fredericksburg and just
Mhm.
landed. And
Yeah, that's where it is. Fredericksburg.
By Schlitterbahn.
we've been threatening to do a road trip down there, but we always get sidetracked.
I might get out there in 2 weeks.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I go to
you should.
I go to Beer Fest, and I just like, it's just like, apparently I'm known at the Beer Fest, like
Down in Fredericksburg?
like here in DFW, like
Local legend.
like well, mysteriously I always get free tickets to these beer festivals, but
That's the way you're
and
doing it
then
right.
it is cool to just walk up to certain booths where like I never tried the beer of a certain brewery or something, and somehow the rep or someone
Starts
behind the bar,
talking to you?
and they'll know who I am. And I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah.
That's what we
Okay.
did as a podcast. We did
Yeah.
that as a podcast.
First year, second year, we went out there. We had a
Yeah.
bet where our producer at the time had to wear a Wilfred the dog
Wilfred the
costume
dog,
the whole
yeah.
time. I wore at the time a Russian military hat.
I passed out on a train.
Had his
lost my
phone
phone.
stolen. He
Mm.
says
My phone was being, I got it. I was getting extorted.
Yeah.
So, some homeless
extortion
person
thing was going on.
got my phone and started extorting me. Yeah, that's what we used to do. Though we used to go to Big Beer Fest,
Mhm.
and Dustin, you were friends with the cat from Revolver for a while when he first
Yeah.
came down here from
He no
from
longer runs it anymore.
Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he hates us.
Oh no.
No, he doesn't hate us. He's no longer there anymore.
Yeah, they got bought by Molson Coors, right?
Yeah.
And so,
So I don't know what all the. I think. Yeah.
but yeah, that's how you do it, man.
changed out.
And you get free beer
Oh yeah.
and pretzels.
Oh
Free
yeah.
beer. You don't have to worry about that stupid punch card.
Oh yeah.
No.
I never have to
There you
worry
go.
about it.
No punch card.
No, yeah, you always get
whatever.
some kind of lanyard.
They hand you one, you're like, "Pfft, I don't even
my
need
first
this.
thing to do when I get there is go get all the
Punch card.
freebies.
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah, I would like to go to Oktoberfest though down in Fredericksburg for
It's
sure.
amazing.
Okay.
He's done it,
Yes.
and then
It's
Doty.
amazing.
You guys know you familiar with the band The Duel? Duel.
Duel.
yeah,
D-U-L.
dude.
Van Dam in House Harkonnen. Anyway, Doty, he I think for the last 2 years, or is he only gone once?
I
And he
don't-
reposts his pictures. He actually goes over to Germany to the Oktoberfest.
Okay.
That's on my bucket
They
list.
say that's an all. You get up at 4 a.m. and
And
you get out there and you get you a spot
wish
on
for
a
a
picnic
spot, yep.
table. You hope you can get one, and you're sitting there all day drinking.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's
Yeah.
that's a game of will.
Yeah.
That's a marathon right there.
That is.
Time to get some
that is
passports.
a
Yeah.
marathon.
Man.
Yeah.
That is a marathon. So from beer to these hats,
Hats.
I like that one.
it's freaking
Black on
genius.
black.
Yeah, Susie
I like
has this
that.
one.
That's what I want.
I think she does.
She
yeah.
does have
I
this
think she
one.
does. Where, like, first off,
Everyone likes a good hat.
the idea of doing this as a, I don't know, were you doing it as like a little middle finger to the True Brand ones, or
I just like, and everybody gets inspiration for things. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and at the same time, I'd be like, I can make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I was like, I see what y'all doing. And that's what everything I do. Everything, of course, everybody, nothing's really original when it comes to art.
no?
Like sure, you can make your own theme and do all that, but at the same time, someone's done it
Yeah.
before. You just happen to actually just make it your brand to do a whole
Mhm.
thing. Me, I don't have a theme.
We're all
if
playing
I
the
love
same
it,
song.
if I love it, I'm gonna do it. And like anything I usually do, it's usually for me.
Yeah.
I just like it was just gonna be my own little idea. I was gonna keep it to myself. But of course, people go crazy for a lot of things that I do.
Where'd you get that hat?
Yeah, people go
Dude.
people go crazy for the things
Hey,
that I do.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
yeah.
Because I have amazing ideas like that too. I got these T-shirt ideas and hat ideas all the time.
Mhm.
But
Do it for you.
that's what I
first.
was saying. Is that how you do it? You run it and make like a few, and then, or do you go full mass production and make 100 right off
No,
the
I
bat?
just- for me. And
Yeah.
And then I rock it, and then
People start asking you
yeah,
about
and,
it.
exactly. People just
Well,
start asking about it.
In my world that I'm sucked into, those True Brand ones, the
Gotta
ones
go
that, with the
overseas for
upside
that.
down Dallas ones.
Mhm.
Okay. They came out and I was like, that's the dumbest fucking thing ever. Because everybody's picking them
Uh-huh.
up. And
Which
it's
hat?
genius, the upside down Dallas.
Yeah.
The True Brand hat.
And I've seen it for a while.
I had seen it for a while too, but then everybody started pick all the, Dallas Cowboys and a few of the Stars and Mavericks started picking them up and wearing them. They're wearing them out around town and shit. And I'm like, God damn it, that's the dumbest, smartest fucking thing in the world. Because all you did was take,
A misprint, and like I'll wear that. I'll rock
well,
it.
and their whole thing was like, COVID made the world upside down, those 2 years, and that's when we started this whole line of hats and crap and whatever.
Right.
And I was like, that's the dumbest, smartest, easiest, coolest thing ever. Then I see you guys roll into the music awards with these, and I was like, I gotta have one. I was like, I
I think
gotta.
the funny part, you saw us all
have one of these.
grouped up.
Yeah, we're all grouped up. I was like, what
Before we're
the
half
fuck?
game.
Like it was, y'all all had them on. I was like, I gotta have one.
I want to
of
be
those.
cool.
Me too.
And I told you, if you got one, I want one, and I'm gonna take it to the game, and I'm gonna wear it. There's one more regular season Cowboy game, and I did. And
That
the
one?
looks, this one,
Yeah.
and the looks I fucking got from everyone,
All those Dallas people.
all the players, the cheerleaders, the dancers, everybody, like was just like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
What is that?" I got comments like, "Oh, see what you did there? Oh, look at that! Look at
Yeah.
that! Oh, what's that supposed to mean?"
See, I'm gonna next season. I already got an idea. I'm gonna do the Dallas Cowboys upside down star, except I'm gonna do the full pentagram, so it's all witchy and stuff
But
too.
the funny part is,
I like that.
Dallas isn't the first hat I've seen that done
That
it.
did it.
I've
Yeah.
seen Los Angeles hats.
There's
I've
Los
seen New
Angeles.
York
I
hats.
saw a Miami
sports
one.
teams.
Everybody
Yeah.
put shit upside
Yeah.
down.
I've seen all that first before I
didn't
even
gir-
saw,
thought
saw
girl-
Dallas.
well, there was skateboard. Like, didn't girl skateboards have something that they did, or it was blind maybe did something
Blind did all
upside
their stuff
down
upside
Yeah.
for a while. And I think that I really read though that the trend was built off of misprints. Like, oh shit, that's not what I like. We didn't mean that. And then someone saw it and was like, no, that's cool, man. I like doing that.
Yeah.
And so
Especially now, I'm seeing sports logos just flipped upside
flipped
down.
upside down.
Yeah.
It's like remember when everybody started putting out camo sport stuff? This is the new camo.
But the True Brand guys seen what I did. They they know it ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't-
And
You
they
Couldn't get any
and like
cease
you
and
said,
desist.
they don't own
What?
it because everybody else
How
has
you
done
gonna
it
own
in
the
every other
name of
town.
a city?
It's just like it's just like
upside
playing the
down.
blues.
Yeah, and you can't copyright a font
Everybody's
or
playing the
type.
blues.
Although you
You don't own
can-
Fort Worth.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what you can copyright though, which I did
Yellowstone.
not know.
Do it upside down. What? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, from the documentary.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know how
The
they-
LA?
Interesting.
The LA.
What's the
Fingers.
one you do with your F? I don't know how to do it because I'm from Garland.
Oh, Fort Worth.
There you go.
Yeah. I do Trip 6 West
I
Side,
don't even know.
Watauga.
Hearst Bowl.
I'm not about to make one for Garland.
Hearst Bowl.
There's like 5 different ways to throw it forward.
Yeah.
A lot of them
Yeah.
look very complicated. I can't do it.
I like the little F you do.
I want the black on black though, man. I got to get one.
black
from
out.
you. How
I
much
got
do
you.
those cost?
Everything, they're all 40.
40 bucks.
40
All right,
flat,
Dustin, throw them
flat
40, man.
Yeah.
All right.
He said, take the hat off your
Okay,
head.
I'll get more running soon. But like, yeah,
Yeah, I would sport that anywhere.
The style isn't.
I'll wear
nothing
that to
new.
church.
It's just something I liked. I wanted to do for myself, and then people just started liking it. So I do it for them. I'm not really making any money off of it. It's just so to, get it out there and make people feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was well worth it wearing it to the last
The looks.
home game and getting in the elevator
Did
with
anyone-
some
did
players.
anyone
and
ever
everybody
do
just being
this?
Like,
And you know what the weird, you know what the funny part is?
Cool. I got it.
I never seen the Dallas hat until I started wearing this.
really?
I never seen it in person.
Well, they started selling them out at the stadium. I guess they signed a deal with True to start selling those at the stadium, and then they started doing the old. Well, it's only a season 2 old, but it's just the D.
Reversed.
They did it reversed, and they did a whole run of those, the Dallas D. But yeah, I guess they're gonna start doing more Cowboys reverse
They
stuff.
will.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
And it's all, it's all.
Whatever. Let him try it.
Doug, did I just hear Hearst Bowl right there?
Yeah, you did.
Represent Hearst Bowl.
Bo.
His
Yeah.
stomping grounds. His stomping grounds. Yeah. You still skate?
Uh,
Are you getting to the age?
I actually just pull it out. I just do a couple of tricks, and I put it up.
Shred the
That's
knife.
But I'm still what I guess that's the sport I'm actually
Into.
into.
Yeah.
I can sit there. We could talk about that all day. But
Yeah,
but,
I hung mine up when I dislocated my shoulder at that Roanoke skate park.
uh,
That's
That
been
transition was too tight though. Those the little lips.
that was
Those
like 13 years ago.
no, it was
That park
well,
hasn't
yeah,
been there that
it's been
long.
yeah,
That
it's
park
been a
hasn't been
minute
that long.
though. But
It's before we started
it's
the show.
because it wasn't.
Yeah, like, that
It was
park
way
wasn't-
after that.
Yeah.
I thought
It was when Ulrich was living with me at over in
Oh,
Watauga.
yeah. That's
But
right.
they,
I forgot you took him.
They had that whole little wall, that 3 foot little
Okay.
the transition's way too tight, and I thought it was
Okay.
like the rest because all those transitions were smooth on everything else out there, and then I ran up on that and just immediately went. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That's why I
retired.
stopped.
That's
I
when I
tried.
retired.
Thankfully,
It's like
thankfully, I
5
never
years ago, I
broken
retired.
anything. Just scrapes, sprains.
Yeah.
but thankfully, I never broken.
What's your
anything.
favorite skate? Do you like street skating the most?
Definitely
or-
street
yeah.
skating. I can't.
me
I
too.
can't skate tranny or transitional.
I do mini
Can't
ramps.
do none of that.
I could do mini ramps.
I
Mini
can
ramps
drop
is-
in. I can drop in. I can drop in, rock the fakie, kick flip the
Yeah.
fakie. That's it.
I think
Two-
the reason
two-
why
two
I was
piece.
into
Two-piece
mini
dark.
ramps is because it was so close to street skating. There's so many things that correlate between street skating and mini ramp skating. That's why I like it.
I've toyed with
It's-
buying
but-
another one.
You should.
I'm a coaster. I need like a
I'm all fan of-
longboard or something.
You go at what's the guy in the Dangets? He's got a little mini ramp. You can go fart around there.
Yeah.
Break your neck
Right
on
down the
that.
street. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now it's
I just want something to just roll around.
yeah.
on.
Right now
Those
it's
longboards.
Right now it's bombing hills,
Yeah.
low ledges, and small flat bar rails.
I've been threatening to get a longboard
That was
because it
always
just
my
looks
thing.
when I
Rails
see
were
people
always
doing
my thing.
longboards,
They
I'm
look
like,
so
man, it looks so
cool.
fun. Yeah, it looks real fun.
They're just chilling.
But the problem is, I never can just relax on. Like, if I got a longboard, I guarantee you, in a few weeks, I'd be the fat dude that had that little helmet and the big, like the leather, like outfit, like
Oh yeah.
the speed ones that go down
Oh, you trying
mountains
to-
and
that means-
stuff.
that means
Like,
you trying
that's
to-
what would happen to me.
That means you
And
trying
I
to
would
catch
die.
some catch
Competitive
I would die.
longboarding.
I would die. I couldn't just
Yo.
chill like the hippies. That
I'd be
are
like the
longboarding.
cranberry juice guy.
I've seen people do that shit in Europe. I've seen that people do that shit in Europe with
It's
those small ass
insane.
roads.
No.
It's
Hell
insane.
no.
And there's like no.
like a death
Yeah,
trap.
I know.
No.
Hell
And
no.
now they
Wait,
do
wait.
it. They do it with they do off road wheels, and they'll go to ski slopes and stuff
Yeah.
during the summer.
They'll do
and-
it on sand with some
Yeah.
of those wheels now
Yeah.
too. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I've
but
seen those motorized unicycle thingies. It's just
Yeah.
a wheel. It's got a motor.
they
in
look
it.
fun.
I would bust my ass.
They
Oh my
used to
God.
be like
They can go up to like 60
$1,200
miles an
bucks.
hour.
Now I think they've dropped down to where you can get them for like $400, right?
Mm-mm.
Really?
They look cool though. It looks
I
fun.
want one.
Yo,
Do you remember the bounce
I want
balls?
one.
That's what it reminds me of. Is those
Yeah.
bounce balls they used to have.
The ones you sit on and you.
No, the ones you stood on and just bounced around. It was the
Oh.
same concept as the
A
sit one.
pogo ball.
Yeah, pogo ball. That's what they
Pogo
are.
ball
Yeah,
is
pogo
what
ball.
they call it.
But that's
Pogo
what
ball
that's
is
what
they
that
call
that's
it.
what you're talking
That's
about
great.
reminds me of. When I see one of those, I'm like, they haul ass too. Those guys haul ass
Yeah,
on
they
those
do.
things.
Dude,
Pogo ball.
those I see them in Forest Park all the time now.
I do too.
Like people are just cruising around down there. So
I see 'em
they've
in-
had to have gotten cheaper.
I see them in downtown Arlington all the
If
time
not,
too,
I'm
man.
jacking one. They're like $1,800, $2,000.
Well, back in the day, I think they like
Yeah.
when they first came out, but I think they've lowered them now because,
They go under Lancaster Bridge. I just wham.
dude, there you go. We'll jack someone
Yeah.
for it.
We will.
Throw
Forest
a
Park.
sandwich at somebody.
Well, jack 'em. We'll throw them on the tiny Fort Worth train,
Yeah, we're not.
zoo train.
we won't be-
tracks. That
You know
train will
what's
come around the
funny?
corner and just hit them. Bunk. And it'll just stop.
Yeah, that's. I don't think we'd be very good jackers
man.
unless. Wait, huh?
What? Huh?
That's weird.
There's some things you just don't talk about.
But yeah, big fan of the
Skateboarding?
skate community.
Who's your favorite skater to watch?
Right now, Power Rodriguez, because
Yeah.
we're probably around the same age, and he's still like getting it. And because now everybody's favorite skater's getting old, but somehow they're
Mhm.
still out there doing it. There's
That's what blows my
You know?
mind. And they're still trying to do stupid stuff.
Did you see Tony posting some pictures the other
Hey.
day with a cane?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Well, that's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Tony's
It's happening to all of them.
Tony's
Yeah.
50, still trying to do it. Like
Yeah.
he did a 900 at 48,
Yeah.
something like that. That's fucking incredible.
And that's
Is
the-
that
well-
when he said he was done? Because he was gonna do one. He was gonna try to do it or work up to it on his birthday every year. Is what he said there for a while.
it's fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
The fact that he can still, like, he's had so many injuries and
I-
he's still walking in general is
Right.
amazing.
I forgot to tell you, I watched the documentary finally,
Oh, you did?
and it is tremendous. I love. That's one of my
That-
favorite documentaries last year.
That wipeout he did on that
He
documentary.
and you know that's the one that they probably filmed. He probably did that
Did you see
150
that
times
on HBO.
where he knocked
Oh,
himself.
the Tony Hawk documentary.
Yeah.
Man, I've seen a bunch of Tony Hawk documentaries, but
I've never seen that.
This
but
is
you
the
say it's on
latest
HBO?
one. Yeah.
Okay, I think I've seen it.
Well, it gets into his mental like stuff and his
Okay. Yeah.
like where he's at right now a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But he wasn't on a cane when they filmed it. But now I've seen some pictures of him lately where he's actually got a
That
cane out. and
spill
stuff.
he did on that one though, I was just
Brutal.
like, good.
That's what I was saying.
God.
You know, they caught that one on film. He's probably
Yeah.
done that type of shit probably 150 times and trying to do that trick.
But he just came flat down from 40 feet in the air and
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
Bam.
Fuck.
His son's pretty gnarly too. Riley,
Yeah.
he's fucking
Yeah.
gnarly.
Shredding the gnar.
He's fucking sick. But
Yeah.
he's a street skater though.
What was cool was Lance Mountain. I thought he fell off the face of the earth
Oh,
until
yeah.
he was on that
He's
thing.
he's
And
still,
Rodney Mullen.
I actually thought he
He's
died.
still-
Rodney Mullins,
Yeah.
he was on there, and
Yeah.
he still skates those little tech deck things.
Yeah.
Those
Oh, I
remember
love
the
tech decks.
small. Well,
Yeah.
it's not really a. It's a.
a little bitty
What do they call them?
he's a-
banana-looking board.
he's a
thing.
motivational speaker now.
It wasn't a fingerboard,
Oh.
but it was like
I
a.
thought you meant like finger tech.
It
deck.
no, back in the day before they started getting before street skating got technical and they like thinned everything out, like made them less wide.
Oh yeah.
There used to be a few skaters like Rodney Mullen that would just skate these little skateboards that were like this big,
Mm-hmm.
and he still skates that way. I'm sure he skates.
That's how he came in the game.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
I mean, he
Remember he'd
invented
do that.
he invented most of the trick.
Remember when he would do a handstand, like
Oh, yeah.
riding on it, and then like hit to get out of the
Yeah.
handstand, he'd flip it like 30 times and then
freestyle
land on it.
skateboarding.
It's
Yeah, that's what it
amazing.
was. It was called freestyling.
Freestyle skateboarding.
Yep.
Man, he would win competitions.
Is he?
get
Did you
prize
say he's
money.
a motivational speaker
Yeah, he's a
now?
motivational speaker now.
I could see that. He's very cerebral. He's a cerebral type guy. He always was.
And just the way he talks, it's just like he's just
Yeah. Old surfer dude. Man, that'd be the life, dude. Just remember Ray Barbie?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Uh,
They should do a follow up on the Bones
sure-
Brigade.
I'm sure-
Every single
Where
guy.
are
in the
they
Bones
now?
Brigade.
Still?
Yeah, where are they now?
he's still out there.
They kind of did that in the Tony Hawk documentary for a little bit.
Well, I wish they would do it with all the Bones Brigade, like Tommy Guerrero, Ray Barbie.
Steve Caballero.
Well, Caballero was on it a little bit,
Yeah,
He
he's
did-
On
he
it,
had a few
he's on it
things
quite
on
a bit. Yeah.
and his shoes, his Vans.
Half
I love
cabs,
those.
yeah.
Yeah, those half cabs. Those are fucking
those go
awesome.
last-
Oh, I have
those
some
are-
half cabs, right?
I bought her some half caps because
Yeah.
her shoe game.
That's a
wasn't-
true
My
skate
shoe game
kid
was a
shoes.
There you
week.
go.
That's the thing. When I was skating, I never did the full skates like that. That was too high of a top. But the half cabs were the Airwalk used to put out a shoe just like the half cabs, and that was my
So
favorite type.
comfy.
You could skate anything. You could skate street. You could skate.
I definitely
anywhere,
have some Airwalks.
anywhere yeah. Is Airwalk even still around?
It's
Are they Costco now?
They're owned by.
Don't say Nike.
Any-
No.
no Andy Mac. No, he don't own Airwalks.
No, but I thought Converse bought them. They became part of the Converse label, who was then bought up by someone else.
Hmm.
Doesn't Nike own Converse?
They
You know what I
Maybe it
saw
was-
Nike
a
does
few
own
years
Converse.
ago? I saw
Yeah.
some reissues of Vision Streetwear. How many Vision Streetwear shoes did you have?
A couple. A lot of Airwalks, a lot of Vision Streetwear.
Yeah.
Vision Mark Gonzalez.
Mine was always
board.
Vision. I had some Airwalks, but it was those
Dunks.
half those it was the ones that were designed just like the half cabs. And other than that, it was just Vans and Vision Streetwear. I had
Mhm.
maybe 3 pair of DCs, and that was it.
I forgot
But it
about
was
DC.
And Etnies.
I was a big emo girl that wore the
I've
skater
had at
shoes
least a
but
pair
didn't
of
skate.
each.
Yeah.
I had all sorts of etnies.
Now Etnies had some cool shoes, skater shoes for a
Had
while.
a pair
that
of
were-
those.
puffy,
I had a pair of
puffy
those for the
ones.
two.
They had those ollie pads. Weren't Etnies the first ones that put the ollie pads, or was it DC?
Uh-oh.
They had
DC
these
for
ollie
sure.
pads.
Uh-oh, you're being shown up right here.
Uh-oh.
You got to be skating around Fort Worth till you're in your 70s.
Oh, time to bust the board out.
Oh,
That'd be awesome.
that's
Who-
no. I mean, it's
so,
nothing.
Did you grow up here?
Yeah.
100.
Been here all my life.
You have been here?
I've been here all my life.
Okay, just want to make sure. So, did you ever go over to Jeff Phillips,
Jeff Phillips.
the
He's
skate
too
park
young
over in
for that,
Dallas?
man.
I went to
I don't know.
Kennedale freestyle.
Okay, so the
Kennedale
old
was
warehouse.
awesome.
Yeah, I went freestyle. And
Yeah,
then,
okay.
And then
I-
later,
is
later
Ken-
it was the pier.
Yeah.
And then
Pier. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, he's too young for Jeff Phillips.
I'm like, damn, how
We
y'all
would go to
think I am?
Eisenberg's.
How do you
Eisen-
know Eisenberg?
Oh,
Good
because I was from
Golly.
Garland.
And I've been
Wow.
to X Games when it was in Grapevine.
R.I.P.
Oh,
yeah, I
Eisenberg.
remember that.
I went
Yeah.
on in like 2018.
That's where they had the first Vans show, didn't they?
I think so. We were supposed to
The
play.
one in
They used to,
DFW.
yeah, they used to give out tickets. You know,
I can't believe you remember Eisenberg.
They
Yeah,
used to
it's
give
like
out-
awesome.
high-rise apartments now.
They did an X
Oh.
Games preliminary deal over at the racetrack, the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
racetrack
correct.
at that skate park, and we were supposed to play it in one of my old bands, but the stage they made was a bunch of folding tables, all kind of pushed
Like a bunch of beer
together.
pong tables.
Just duct tape together.
Well, it was kind of like they took some boards and screwed them together. We're like, okay, this is your stage.
That's safe.
And they figured everybody would stand up on it. It was like, yeah, no, we're out. So we just hung out and watched people skate for a while and then left.
Yeah. Jeff Phillips was a badass park though. The Botman Lake.
I can't
was
remember
the first
when it
one
closed.
I think it was after the incident, maybe like shortly after, wasn't it?
I
I don't
don't
think
know,
they were around too
because
much longer.
Emerson Wendy did a whole
He'd been there?
documentary about it.
About
He
Jeff
sh-
Phillips.
Yeah, and about the skate park and everything, and came here and did some stuff.
Wasn't that was the first bowl ever in
Anybody know?
DFW, wasn't it?
I
Like
think so.
cement and wood.
that was the only place to go. There was nothing on this side of town to go to.
well, Jeff Phillips was wasn't on our part of town. It wasn't over here.
No, I know that was the only place to go. I
In
said there's
North Texas.
There was nothing
it was
over
Botman and
on our side
yeah.
Yeah.
of
It was-
town. We had to drive all the way over there to go
Exactly.
to somewhere cool.
It was always the only places you could go to a park back then was Botman and Jeff Phillips.
yeah.
And then Eisenberg later, but
Yeah, I didn't get to go to those. Freestyle was my first indoor park.
yeah.
And then I checked out X Games at Grapevine Mills Mall.
Man, I
Um,
thought that was gonna be a winner. I was like, dude, there's nothing. Now it's like Legoland or something.
Legoland.
It's
I
been
don't know
like
what
three
I
different
don't know what it
things.
is now, but
I was
What's
like,
wrong with
man,
that?
that is
Take the
genius.
kids to
No, it's
Legoland.
cool. Legoland's awesome, but
We're gonna start.
every time I go by there, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that used to be the skate
No.
park, or was it Van Skate Park that was there?
yeah,
what was it
that's
called?
what it was.
it was
I think it was
always
Vans.
full of little kids
like,
though.
That they had so many
Yeah.
ramps though.
I
Little rich
didn't
Grapevine
grow up with
kids.
money like that, so I'm in the streets.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
skating
why
at the
street
public
skating.
library.
Yeah, so,
Everybody bonds with
you know,
street skating.
I could barely get a board, so it's
Yeah.
like I ain't going to no skate park like that. I didn't really get to go until I got my own car, got my
Yeah.
own money to go.
The first time I ever went to a real deal straight up skate park was Houston Skate Park, and they had $6
Southside?
Saturday. Yeah, it was
Southside,
Southside. It
yeah.
was man, and they had this huge ass vert ramp, like
Man.
had like at least 2.5 feet of vert, and it was long too. And I was like, man, someday I'm gonna drop in on that thing. Still,
Man.
never did.
Oh,
I've been
Never
to,
I was
did. I
waiting
just
for the success
Stayed in the
story.
street section and the mini ramps.
I've been to Southside one time.
I pooped
just-
myself there once.
Just to watch
Oh.
Skating
Nike
too.
just
How
to watch the
nice.
Nike team skate.
oh
And,
yeah,
yeah. I just
that
got
was
a
cool.
bunch of my skate homies. We just jumped in my car, and we fucking just booked it down there. Watched the Nike SB skate
Yeah.
team skate. Like it was mind.
See, I was already done skateboarding by the
Yeah.
time Nike got into it.
That's right.
skate park of Austin. too.
Remember when the Bones Brigade came to Tarrant County Convention Center?
Yeah.
There were skaters
Really?
everywhere.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody was
Wow.
just. It was so cool because the cops finally were like, "Whatever, we can't do anything about
Mhm.
this," because everybody had skateboards,
Mhm.
and so it was just like a free skate fest all in downtown Fort Worth. It was amazing.
Okay, so I forgot. The park did close shortly after he died,
They
Okay.
opened it again.
but they reopened in 1994, and it was Rapid Revolutions, and I forgot that was the name. It was
Mhm.
Rapid Revolutions, and I don't know how long.
Yeah, that's before me.
Okay, we'll cut you some.
That's
slack
right
there.
around when
I'm
I
like, damn,
stopped
how old
doing it.
y'all think I am?
Like when I
Shit.
that's when I graduated from high school, and that's when I really like
Back
I
in my
played
day.
basketball, and I think when I started playing high school basketball, that's when my skateboarding started tapering off because I can't roll my ankles playing basketball and skateboarding 24/7. I'm gonna end up with arthritis, and guess what?
Jason Lee started putting decks out again under stereo.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
Shout out Jason
Yeah.
Lee. Shout out Stereo.
you should go play his. Does he still part owner of that bar on the square up there?
I don't know.
There's a craft bar on
You
the
talking about
square
in
that he used to.
Denton?
hmm that he used to be part owner.
Uh,
That'd be a
there's a-
cool gig
There's
to
a
play for
there's a
y'all.
s- I don't know if he's still because there's a skate shop up there too.
Yeah.
Still currently. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I think he may still have ties with it. I bought a shirt from there. And
Yeah.
it just said costume.
Yeah, skateboard culture is the best. Like
Of course.
that's America.
It's a bunch of damn
But,
hippies.
I mean, but prior to skateboarding, I played
Bunch of
every
long-haired
sport
hippies.
damn near. You know, I didn't believe me. I didn't suck, but I was just
Okay.
I was just bored.
Doug hit me, hit it up in the chat room. He said that it closed in 2000.
Officially,
as a
that's
name
when it was
with a name
done.
change. So that's why I asked. It closed in 2000.
So how old were you then?
You said it closed in 2000?
Yeah.
I mean,
Eight?
2000, I was about born in 89.
Oh,
Started
I
you're
think I
older
was
than I
8
thought you were,
years
man.
old.
I
started
thought you were one of these
skating.
young
You're not that far
whippersnappers.
behind us.
Yeah.
Started skating around 13.
2000. you
Didn't
must've
go
been
to the
11.
park till about 18, 19.
I apologize, Dustin. I thought he was a young. I didn't know he was one of us.
Yeah, you're close
So,
to us.
Word.
Yeah.
You're not super close to
But
us.
like I
You're
said,
close
man,
to
like I
us.
said, I didn't grow up like that. I didn't my mom wasn't taking me to the skate park and shit like that. She's like, you got the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's how I
Do
grew
what
up.
you
You
gotta
got the
do.
street.
Luckily, I knew 2 white boys that had a rail, a ramp, and a box. I learned my basics.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
awesome.
thing. That well, the thing is, there wasn't many parks to go to in Texas. That's why everybody street skated, is because there wasn't many places
Mhm.
you could go, especially early.
Mhm.
Now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But back in the
Fort
day,
Worth
man,
made-
Fast forward was my skate shop.
yeah,
Fast forward was
Fast
awesome.
forward.
That
I
that
forgot
goes to
about
my
them.
Turning Point story. That's why I shout out Turning Point. Shout out my man John Paul over at Turning Point. He used to work at Fast Forward.
Yeah.
That's where I
He
get
used
my
to see me
etnies.
as a little
Yeah.
kid, come in there, not buy
that's why
nothing.
Gadzooks.
I'd be haggling them.
Where'd you grow up at?
Make sure you're not stealing.
I went to Everman.
Okay.
Everman,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
all
went
right.
to Everman.
you ever play that golf course? It's the worst golf course in
Nah,
North
I don't play
Texas, but
golf.
it's the coolest. You can take your shirt off and the marshals leave you alone.
I don't play golf.
It's just like a big. It's like a cow pasture that they decided was a
Oh,
golf
like
course.
Willow Springs. Yeah, you
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. It's just like Willow Springs.
Man,
I was on the
Yeah.
golf team
but like, yeah, I was that
solely
dude,
to like
man.
Not me.
do work though.
I was terrible.
Fast forwards is great,
Fast
man.
forward, man.
Yeah,
Way
but it
better
didn't
than
have anything.
Gadzooks.
No, didn't have anything on
Man,
Gadzooks back in the
man.
day.
God,
Yeah.
dude.
Gadzooks back in the day was
Yeah.
the
Zoomies
the
bought
great.
them out. You know,
Is that who
Yeah.
bought Fast Forward? Was
Yeah.
Zoomies?
Zoomies.
Yeah.
'Cause you still see
Zoomies
Zoomies
is going
now.
strong still.
Yeah.
They're still going strong.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Little
awesome.
skateboard talk.
Skateboard
Give me
talk.
Memories.
goosebumps.
I can go on forever with
Give me
that.
goosebumps. Search for on my chin is the greatest skateboard video ever.
I was
Word.
There'll
trying to
never
think
be
about that
another one.
earlier.
I like public domain, but search for Animal Chin. There will never be another one of that.
I'm more later. Girl, yeah, right.
Oh
Yeah.
That's when they started. That's when it went to another level.
Yeah.
Was when that video
I
came.
mean, of course,
out.
people say mouse.
Yeah.
Mouse, but like.
And Birdhouse
yeah.
put out some pretty cool stuff too. Whenever
I just can't remember any of their names.
Baker 3. That and
Yeah.
Baker 3.
The video names.
oh, the videos.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That, but the skate video was. I remember just almost like an album release. You
Yeah.
like just waited.
Straight
Like, oh
up.
man, Pal and
Straight
Peralta's
up.
about to put
well,
out their next
Thrasher
video.
would
man.
like promote them and all sorts of shit.
Transworld. Remember
And
Transworld?
Transworld would
Mhm.
too.
They'd have
yeah.
all the video coming
I
out.
watched them all.
Yeah.
I had the DVDs.
Now,
Oh.
Yeah, and then Tony Hawk came out.
have you ever? Or did
the
you
video
ever
game? And
Pro
that's when-
Skater 3.
go take those boards to snow?
Nah.
No.
What?
Never-
Just
Never snowboarded, never surfed.
oh, I did.
I think I'll do. I
Snowboarding's
think I'll be
awesome.
better at surfing than snowboarding.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Snowboarding
'Cause
is
you're-
like all you got to do is keep
It's
an
just
edge.
it's just being strapped to the board. I don't
It's-
think I can do that.
It's way
actually-
easier than
it's
you think,
Way
man.
easier than
Yeah.
you think. And you start thinking, well, on the snowboard it makes sense, but I would start thinking, be like, man, if I strapped to a skateboard, I could jump on all sorts of rails and do all sorts of crazy shit.
I don't like that.
the snowboarding was it's harder to learn, but once you learn it and you do have you have an advantage if you're a skateboarder, it does come easier.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but you know what it reminded me the most of? Snowboarding reminded me the most of wakeboarding. Did you do any of that? The scarf, what do they call it, scarfing or
Scurfing off the back of a deck.
yeah. That was that's what it reminded me the most because you just got to keep an edge the whole time.
Yeah.
But once you figure that out, once you figure out that you always have to be, because if you go flat like a skater, like you know how when you bust a trick
Mhm.
and you just kind of flat out and just kind of relax after you've done it. If
You're
you do that
down.
on a snowboard, you're gonna go head over
That's-
heels.
That's why I don't feel like I can do it. I need a back door. I need to jump
Yeah.
off that. You know, if
An
I need to,
exit plan.
if I need to get out of there, I got to get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Maybe
after the
someday we'll go
show,
skating.
we're gonna
Let's get
strap you in my
Shred some
my
gnar.
snowboard, and you can jump up and down the trampoline because that's how you practice getting air
Word.
and
I used to
getting
do
broke
that.
into it. Yeah.
I used to do all
Jump
kinds
on
of crazy.
trampoline.
That was fun. I didn't do it to. I thought it was fun.
No, it's supposed to get you used to getting massive air.
Yeah.
So that way you
Hanging
get
10.
you get coordinated. So
For,
that way
like-
we know when you come down, and you're not like me the first few times when I'm 20 feet in the air going.
Parachute, parachute,
Parachute, I don't do this.
soft landing,
'Cause you're like,
soft landing.
"Whoosh, this is fun. Holy shit, I'm high.
That's like, don't you get jealous when you see
That's
those
me on roller
BMX
coasters.
dudes?
I'm like,
When you see those BMX dudes and they go into a big old pit of
Foam.
foam.
I was like, why didn't I have that as a kid?
Exactly. Why
I'd
did
be
it take
a-
us
I'd be
this
a
long to?
badass.
I know. I'd know any skateboarding or biking trick in the world if I had
could
that.
fall into a foam pit or
No.
have two
Right.
friends push a foam pit underneath me. as
We
I'm
had
trying
to
pull
we had
some
to
out.
those
like
woodwork camps.
Yes.
dislocate our
Yeah, they have those in
shoulder.
gymnastics
and-
places.
yeah, we didn't have that when we were skateboarding.
No.
It was all like you had to
Also,
It was
also
hard
dislocate your
knocks.
shoulder and have a
That's like
bone
some drill
sticking
team
out.
stuff.
Yeah, we would,
I landed a kickflip finally. It just cost me
Oh.
like
Yeah.
6 femur bones.
broke my arm.
Yeah, but I did it.
I remember
This
I
cost
landed
my mom
first kickflip, I was like,
$10,000.
oh my god! I was like,
Why is it the kickflip always? It's like the holy grail of street skating was the kickflip. Once
because
you
it's
landed
like-
that, you're like,
boom,
yes!
it's like riding a bike
Yeah.
for the first time.
And the
It's
thing
just
is
like-
funny is the hill flip comes right after it. Once you do a kickflip,
it literally
you
came a week.
immediately
It
get a
literally
hill
came a
flip.
week after
Yeah.
doing a kickflip.
And then all you want to do is hill flips. You're like, oh man, screw kickflips. I hill flip.
And then after that, once you do a 360
Varials.
foot, a 360 foot,
and impossibles.
once you do a 360 foot, everything else just came easy.
Yeah.
Like I skate nollie, switch. I do it all.
I wonder if I could even
Um,
do that now.
And that's all I do when I pull out my board. I just make sure I still have it and I go put it back up.
Yeah. That's like me.
Don't hurt yourself.
That's
I don't
exactly what I did. I can do.
I
Okay,
really
so
don't think I could.
I need to do a shove it, a pop shove it. I
Uh-huh.
need to do a varial, and then I need to do a kick flip, and then I'll try to do a hill flip. But
Uh-huh.
if I get any, like 4 of those,
Uh-huh.
success. And I just put my board up.
My go-to trick is a nollie kickflip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my go-to trick. Like every time I start a game of skate or just whatever, a nollie kickflip. That's
Yeah.
first trick.
Once you get it down, I remember the first time I did one, it's like it reminded me of doing a backwards rolling kickflip. Once you figure how to do that on a regular basis, then you can pretty much figure out how to do
Mhm.
the nollie flips.
I would-
But if you had $1 million on the table right now and said, Matt, go land just a maybe ollie at this point, I might fail.
that would be awesome. A rolling
I gotta go to
ollie
the hospital
right now, not a standing still.
Oh.
A rolling ollie.
with no varial, no
Yeah.
kick, no flip, no nothing.
nothing.
That I would say the chances are probably
3
like
inch.
70-30.
I'm just gonna make you go
70,
3
30.
inches.
I
and
do
you're
that.
gonna
I
be
just
able
do
to-
that on instinct.
I would say
Just like-
70% chance I would land an ollie right now.
Really? I can
Now
land
kick
an
flip,
ollie.
that's down
But what
like
registers
30%.
as an ollie? Just just getting the
A roll and
minimum,
flip.
getting the minimum 4 wheels off the ground, or actually
That's
like
the other
getting- or
thing.
actually hopping.
That's the other
And
thing.
That's we gotta
The-
talk about
so
that. We gotta,
when
we gotta hop
my
over
kids-
something.
so
if you're
when my-
rolling, you're gonna be
Bending, or
hopping
bending
over
them
something.
knees in the
That
air.
was the other thing. Once my kids got into skateboarding, they started making these things called trainers. There are these little blocks that you
Yeah.
slid
Oh,
on
I
your
see those.
wheels,
Yeah, I
and they
remember those.
cheat.
Or
Like,
just take
dude,
the-
what
or
is
just
this?
take the
So they
wheel-
don't
or
get
just take the wheels
hurt.
off.
So they don't get hurt. Yeah.
Or just take the wheels
It's
off.
the exact same thing
Yeah.
as just taking the wheels off.
I've never seen these trainers.
Yeah, I thought I sent you
Yeah, they're
pictures.
like little
when,
blocks
yeah,
you could put on the wheels so they don't
yeah,
roll.
and you can so it doesn't roll, so you can practice all the flips and varials you need to.
That didn't
Kinda
work.
like a
That
little
didn't work
car
for me
boot.
growing up. I had to be rolling.
I had
Yeah.
to be rolling the
I
whole
had to
I had to
time.
rolling.
fight through it.
I hated standing still
That-
trying to do
yeah,
stuff.
that-
I
it was-
needed
It was.
to be
made it
You
so
should have
much
seen.
harder.
When, was that the whatever the shop that they had? Is it Zoomies? Was in the Northeast Mall forever.
That was Index.
Index.
And-
Or inside the mall, Zoomies, and then Index was on the outside.
This was inside the
Oh
mall.
yeah, Zoomies.
When Brittany's son first bought his first deck,
Yeah.
I was like, "What the hell is this?" Because I saw those training things. It was like,
Yeah,
"Oh
yeah.
yeah, you just slip those on the wheels." And I was like, "Man, we had to take our wheels off back in the day if we
Right.
wanted to do that. Either that, or you put your board in the yard
Yeah,
and practice in the yard."
exactly.
And that was the thing was sit in the grass.
yeah.
But that made me crazy because then you're sinking into the grass.
Your dad's mad.
Dad
'cause
comes
you're tearing
out,
up the yard.
You're tearing up
Messing
the
up the
goddamn lawn. You and your hippie friends.
Get off my St. Augustine.
Your blue-haired hippie friends.
You bunch
was-
of punks. Get out of
Yeah.
here.
It just made it harder for me because I don't ride with tight truck. I mean, yeah, because my trucks would be kind of loose.
Well, you have to as a street
like,
skater.
I mean, not for everybody. I know
Only people I
who
knew
ride-
that
Like
tightened their
preference.
trucks
Tighten.
were vert skaters.
I mean, it's everybody's taste, but for me, my trucks were pretty loose, so it's just like when you would do that,
Got
it was you
Your
just
clouds
kinda,
are
you
all
come
fucked
down
up.
leaning. You
Yeah.
come down leaning instantly.
And your clouds are like in 1 week, your
Yeah.
clouds splitting off to the right.
Mhm. But
Yeah. Great
God
talk.
Dang. God dang.
Yeah. Let's go to the
Now I
skate
gotta go
park.
get a board. A board.
hey,
Yeah,
honestly,
get a
you
board.
can the boards aren't running that bad right now. They're not running that bad.
I gotta get me an old executioner. A Nash.
Get you a Nash. Was it who had the Bad Moon Rising? Was that Walmart? They had a brand. It might have been Executioners.
Executioner was the one with the dragon on it.
The Nash
was- that was
Executioner
standing
That's
on top
right.
of
Yeah, yeah,
skulls.
Shit, Powell still makes skateboards. So,
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, and they do the throwbacks too.
I think World Industries came back. Yeah.
Oh
World-
yeah.
Alien
They
Workshop
got the
still
flint. They got the
around?
flint.
Was
Yeah.
that- Didn't Nadas
Um,
Kappas skate
Yeah,
for
they
them?
actually.
I think it
The
was
same
Nadas.
guy that does the art for World Industry. I mean, not World Alien Workshop. They got this other brand. It's called Darkroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's same art, same artist.
You know who made good boards for a while, like in the 2000s, was Black Label. Those decks were
I had a-
strong. They had the 9-ply.
I had a Jim Gagney Black Label board.
Yeah.
that lasted
Those were good
forever.
decks.
I was like
And they still had
like
pop.
15.
They had pop too.
I was like 15. That board lasted forever.
Yeah.
When you wrote it, would pinch harmonic shoot out?
Pride and Glory.
The fastest I ever
Or,
had a
or are you
board.
talking about Lamb of God?
The fastest I
I
ever had a
love Lamb
board
of
was
God.
the fastest I ever had a board was 3 hours.
Oh
I
yeah,
bought one.
I've done that.
Went to this little 3-stair. Broke it
immediately?
within the hour of
I
buying
did that.
it.
What was that skater up in New York that was such a badass for a while? That skated for DC for
Thurston
what was
Moore?
his name? He always wore tank tops. He like wore basketball jerseys
I
everywhere.
You
he
talking about
went.
Stevie Williams?
No,
Who you talking
no,
about?
he had a crazy name. Like he was Ukrainian or something. And anyway, I got his deck in the mail.
Who do you skate for?
I think it was man, it's gonna take me forever to remember what company it was. He was on one of the Tony Hawk games, I remember.
And you skate for DC?
He had a DC sponsorship, but
Hmm.
he I can't remember his deck. Like anyway, I got his deck. I was so happy. I was like, oh man, this deck's awesome. And it was like after 9/11 and stuff, and it was all patriotic New York stuff. And I was like, man, this is awesome. I had Spitfire wheels and everything. They were street, all real soft and everything. Took it out, snapped it first trick. It was like the first thing that I landed or came close to landing, just snapped the deck. I was like, son of a bitch. And then, but I was overweight. I had started drinking beer, so it's like I should have known what was going to happen. What was his name? Man?
Man, you say he was on Tony Hawk?
No. He
Oh.
wasn't on Tony Hawk.
Oh.
He had a DC endorsement, and then his deck. I can't remember who he skated for it, but the deck is and he was from New York.
From New York, DC, New York.
And he always wore a tank top. Like he'd wear
Always wore a
his
tank
style
top.
was tank top and jeans, and he ripped.
Tank top, jeans.
Man,
rips.
now I'm gonna have to look him up.
Man.
I'll tell you 1 second. I'll look up the games, but anyway, we can start closing out while I'm looking this
Word.
up.
I don't know. I don't see anything here.
Tank
I
top,
don't
See,
jeans.
man, his name Tony Hawk 3.
I had a
maybe.
crazy thing I wanted.
He
to ask
was
you
on
guys
Tony
about.
Hawk.
Really?
Yeah, he was. He wasn't. He didn't skate for Tony Hawk. Was it his
Birdhouse.
Birdhouse.
He didn't skate for Birdhouse, but he was on Tony Hawk like 3.
Chad
or something.
Muska? That's on.
Muska.
Oh,
That's him.
Muska's
Chad.
There it is.
Chad, that was it.
Muska, he's
Straight snapped his deck in like 3 minutes.
Oh.
He skated for a Shorty skateboards.
Shorties, that was
and,
it. It was a shorty.
Circa footwear.
So it wasn't DC.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, it was a shorty deck.
yeah.
And it was right after 9/11. It was all like
Yeah.
patriotically themed, and I snapped that deck immediately.
All through high school, I wore Circa footwear.
Yeah,
I
I
never.
forgot about
I
Circa.
didn't have a Muska board, but I was just a fan of the footwear. And as far as boards, I just get whatever board I could get.
Yeah,
But yeah, Circa footwear. I sold
shorties.
I sold Cheetos. I sold hot
Some
Cheetos. I
Cheetos.
sold hot Cheetos and grandma's cookies through
Grandma's cookies.
through high school. So that's
what you got.
that's what funded my
Your
my
skateboarding
skate
career.
hobby.
That's
awesome.
badass.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
My mom works for Frito Lay. So
So you got that stuff that fell off the truck.
oh yeah, she get it for, I knew the plug. She get it for the low.
That's awesome. That's what funded your skateboarding career. That's a rap song right there, man.
Straight up.
That kind of is.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm down to the residue out of that bottle.
Well, it's getting
Yeah,
late,
that stuff
guys.
will nail you, man.
Yeah, I'm about to have to.
Oh, we got to place it for that.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
getting
and I
late,
do too,
and
and I gotta go home.
it's been a hell of a show. This one blew
I
by.
gotta go home and take
Good
my blood
Lord.
pressure medicines.
But,
We could sit here. You're
Gotta
right.
go
We
take my
could sit here and
melatonin.
talk skating and
Oh, for
beer
sure.
all night. We're
Yeah,
gonna
we
do it
could.
again for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But you released a video this week.
Focus.
Focus. Go check it out. It's on YouTube.
Featuring Dank
I'm
817.
sure we'll link it.
Did his parents name him that?
God-given name.
God-given name. So awesome. Shot on a parking garage I'm familiar with.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that's kind of badass. I was like, hey, I know this spot. Done some shoots up there myself. It's pretty badass. But yeah, it's on YouTube, and you can get the song everywhere.
Everywhere, like I said, on social media, Brewed Up Joe, like you brewed up a cup of coffee, all one thing.
Or brewed up a beer
Yeah, brewed up a beer.
if you're a brewer.
Follow me, holler at me. I answer back.
We'll go
Unless-
skating.
Yeah, we'll
Shred some gnar.
Well,
Yeah, shed some gnar.
my knees won't let me, so
It's like my favorite
we'll
thing
go
to say.
drink some beer.
Yeah, we'll definitely drink some beer.
Hell yeah.
Tell me what and also tell me where I should be drinking. What I'm saying. Let me know,
Yeah.
because the more I know, I don't know shit. So
That's true. That's true. And you, I totally forgot about it, but you have a release coming up.
I do. A couple of things. I released my first debut album on Halloween last year.
Oh, you did.
You can find it on all streaming platforms. It's called It's Okay.
It's okay.
And then I also release a single on Friday called Don't Make a Sound.
It's okay.
It's
And
Okay
don't
by
make a
Gabby Minton.
Everybody check that
Terribly depressing acoustic music.
out. Aw. I like terribly depressive acoustic music.
Yeah, like
though.
the female Elliott Smith.
Mhm. Check. I went to Chad's website. He's got some pants called swooshies. Oh
Swooshies.
my! Have
Cute.
you had some?
I have not. I
Dude,
just like
look
the
at
name.
these things. I'm getting some.
I don't know why I thought about the old school tracksuits when I heard.
That
It
is
kind of
kinda
looks
what it
like
sounds
that's
like.
kind of what it looks
It
like.
just sounds, yeah.
Cute.
It just sounds like how it just named how it sounds.
They're $150. I'm buying some of these.
Swooshies.
Buying some swooshies.
Me and my brother used to have matching swooshies.
Look at those. Those are fucking killer.
Yeah. You get the jacket to match?
I don't know if they do
You
that.
gotta have the jacket to match.
Yeah.
Look at that boom box though.
Does it come with them?
You gotta have the jacket. If he ain't got, you gotta tap into the jacket to match. man.
Yeah, it's got to be the full suit.
Yeah.
I think he's just doing pants.
Gotta go jacket,
Muska,
man.
he doesn't agree. Oh shit.
Gotta
did I
go
turn it off?
jacket with it, man. Try to.
I'm gonna do with the whole face, the gator and the hat and the glasses, and look like a terrorist, just like I'm from the Czech Republic, just like hello, my name is Mateo. I will skateboard now. You will listen to this Rum DMC.
Is Mateo related to the other?
The race car driver?
No, the
John Gerard.
representative of all death metal in the New York. hardcore scene.
Cristiano- I can't remember.
Mateo
You got to ask Andrew his
Cristiano.
name.
Mateo
They're-
Cristiano.
They actually are related.
for whatever.
The most satanic black metal band from Brooklyn.
Oh, thank you. I am the polite disc track
connoisseur.
Thank you.
Dank 817 just
Politely
did
talking
Fort Worth
shit.
Roots too.
Oh
Roots,
yeah, that's
we
right.
know
that's
about
right.
that.
Yeah, he just did that.
That guy
Oh,
owes
I
us a
should be
bottle
on
of whiskey.
Forever
yeah.
Reckless
He's a
too pretty
character,
soon.
yo.
He was in here.
Oh,
He
awesome.
owed,
If
he-
y'all
exactly.
are able to meet this guy, he's a character.
He
Y'all-
owes
Oh,
us
you
a
gotta
bottle.
have
We'll
him
get
on.
him
He's
here.
so
y'all,
funny.
Andrew?
y'all would love him.
Oh, Andrew owes us a
No.
bottle of Eagle Rare right
no,
now.
Dank 817.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Y'all would love him.
I love his
Yeah,
name.
he's
I love his
great.
name right off the bat. So
He owes us Eagle Rare. I thought it was a bottle of Pappy.
was it?
Just throw out a $1,700 bottle of beer or whiskey.
I thought it was a 21 Asian lady boy.
Okay, I gotta pee, guys.
I do too.
Okay. All right, we're getting out of here. Thanks,
Leaving you an
guys.
Asian lady boy.
Very good. All right, later.
Thank you. Pre-save my song. Thank you.
Okay. Matt, can you accompany that while I shut everything down? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hey, got another subscriber off the feed. Eric Garcia.
Ah, yeah.
That's what I do it
got
for,
it.
just to get
That's
that,
what you do.
get that one person.
There'll be some more.
That's always the game.
There will be more. There was a lot of people in here.